Hey, everybody in the chat. Fuck the Eagles. Fuck them.
There goes Tony and Steven waving. Yeah, Daniel hates the Eagles, guys, if you don't understand. Jerry, hi. He spells out E-A-G-L-E-S.
What does that spell?
Eagles,
Bitch.
Eagles.
Oh, sorry.
It spells Eagles. Jeanette says same. Daniel's girlfriend, Eagles fan.
Lame.
Anyway,
Oh.
hello, beautiful souls of
fun.
YouTube. It is Tuesday, September 27, 2022, and this is the Auto Sports Podcast. We are just a few idiots that like to talk sports, and we love that y'all are joining us for the ride.
Casey's the idiot, not us.
Yeah, I'm the main idiot. Well, whatever. Well, my name is Casey. This is Daniel, Steven, and Tony, the other idiots over here. And what a weekend for football, huh? The Bills lose. Your Cowboys won. Tony's Steelers lost. And apparently the AFC South owns the AFC West. So look at us. Who'd have thought?
Nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Not me. Colts. I was there for the Colts game. Colts beat the Chiefs in Indianapolis 20-17 in a game where we just shut down Mahomes. It was pretty awesome. Our offensive line still can't block though, but Kansas City's kicker couldn't make her fake a field goal. So I'll take it.
We don't have a kicker.
Yeah, well, we got Chase McLaughlin back, and he made all of his kicks, so high fives for him. So there we go. Janeth, I literally heard Daniel scream that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you're on the podcast. Of course you heard it.
Oh, that's funny. Well,
Hi, Tiffany.
hi Tiffany. Hi
Go
Andrew.
Blue.
Go Colts. Go Colts for sure. All
Go
right, shall we talk? Actually, since Andrew's here we go. We can talk. Liam says go Shoe. I agree. Go Shoe. Go Colts. We're gonna talk about our fantasy football teams real quick. Andrew, he wanted me to do this, but he doesn't know that we were doing this over and over again. So let's switch it on over. Boom. As you can see, I lost to John. We won't go over that game. Daniel scored the most points, and Steven scored the second most points, and they were playing each other. So yeah, Steven loses by 2 because of the Trayvon Diggs interception at the end of the Cowboys game.
Trayvon Diggs, baby.
Good and bad things happen for Steven because he is a Cowboys fan. So
Nothing but good things happen for me.
I was texting last night. I was like, not even mad. At least the Cowboys won.
you know what? He's kind of mad. He hasn't won a game in fantasy yet. 0-3. Sharif took out McCaffrey antivirus. Who is Isaac? Isaac is 2-1.
Hey, Isaac, get shit on.
Get shit on,
Little fucker.
Yeah, talk shit. You're gonna get it back. All right. The better Edder gets her first win, 102-92 over Edward. Edward gets shit on too. Both 1 and 2. Tony, the only undefeated team here. Tony, 99-84 over Andrew. Andrew, if you want to jump in there, there you go.
It's a soul for soul situation. The Steelers offense got traded for my undefeated schedule.
Would you take it, or would you rather the Steelers have the win?
Take the Steelers.
Yeah, I think I'd take my team over my fantasy team anyway, any day.
Anything.
And then Doug beat Shane. Shane's team didn't show up. Boo, Doug.
Boo, Doug.
Boo, Doug. Tiffany
Good
says,
Lord.
Cousin Tony.
Cousin Tiffany.
Andrew's watching too, so there you go.
Little cousin Andrew.
Little cousin Andrew. We'll go over the standings here. As I said, Tony is the only undefeated team here. He is 3-0, so he is in first place, sole possession of first place. Isaac rounding up second. The top 6 make the playoffs, by the way. The top 2 get a bye. Third place, you got Andrew. Andrew and Isaac, the youngest in our groups, doing pretty well here. Sharif is 4th. Shane, Steeler Virginity, is 5. John is 6th. Daniel, I Hate Casey team is 7. And for those of you that don't know, I Hate Casey team is etched on our trophy, and I hate that.
Hell yeah, it is.
Better
I beat your ass in the championship.
Yeah, and he beat me in the championship, so it made it even worse. But I hate. Blah, blah, blah. He's in 7th. Better Edder is in 8th. Me, the Younger Games, in 9th. I am not doing very well this year. I'm ahead of Doug though, so I'll take that. He's in 10th. 11th. Edward, 12th. Steven, you will bounce back though. It always happens. Everybody bounces back in fantasy. But
he's living in 2014 with the Younger Games.
Yeah, you know what? Shut up, Daniel. How about that? My Colts won. I don't give a shit. So
Yeah, that's good.
whatever. Got to see it live. All right, let's go to our Week 3 NFL recap here. Whip. New overlaid. Love it, Daniel. Love it.
These are
All right, Tony.
do what I can.
Thursday Night Football. What happened to your Steelers?
Can't score.
They can't score? That's it?
We're struggling on the offensive side. Defense, obviously, without TJ, we're struggling to get to the quarterback. So that doesn't really help either bit. But he's only out for 4 weeks as of right now, so we'll receive him when it counts.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play the Jets this week. So we should be. I keep saying this, but we should be fine as long as you keep their name out of your your selection.
Apparently, whenever I pick the Steelers, they lose. So Tony's like, "Get my team out your mouth."
Yeah, but they're struggling. Trubisky's got to figure something out. He finally took more than a 35-yard attempt at a pass this past week, and it was on highlight all week because Pickens is a beast.
Yeah,
But
Pickens made that one-handed grab, that Odell-like grab. That was insane.
yeah, but we need more of that. We need him out of there. We need a little Pickett in, give him a shot. Hopefully, have the next Mahomes out there, the next Herbert. We gotta give him a shot.
Yeah,
honestly.
I think Pickett needs to be out there now. I think he needed to be out there last week in the second half, but well, he said Tomlin said that he's not playing, so I don't know. But everyone believed this game would be a defensive grinder, but both offenses actually showed up. The Browns kind of put it away with the Chubb touchdown at the end, but by halftime, the game was on pace to see 54 points, and the betting total for this game was 38. Speaking of bets, we'll talk about a bet I made that I cashed in on later. But next game here, we have the Bills and Dolphins, which many consider the game of the week. Daniel, you want to take it away on this one?
Oh, the Bills and the Dolphins, bro. So going into this week, when we made our game picks, Casey, I told you that this game could absolutely go either way, and it wouldn't surprise me if the Dolphins won. Even considering how dominant the Bills have been.
They literally had 2 seconds. If they had 2 seconds more, I think the Bills win this game.
I mean, every second counts in the NFL, you know?
He should have gone out of bounds.
You can ask,
crazy.
who was it last year? The coin flip. Was it the Bills?
It was the Bills. Yeah, it was the Bills against the Chiefs. I do want to point out, this game brought us the butt punt.
The butt punt.
The butt punt.
That was amazing. A butt punt that cost the Dolphins a safety, and they had to kick it to the Bills. I mean, it kind of helped them out in a way, if you think about it, because they were in the end zone kicking it. And the Bills probably would have had way better field position than when they kicked it off there, but the Bills almost got it done, but they didn't run out of bounds.
I want to talk about something real quick. Why the fuck isn't Tua in concussion protocol?
I don't know.
How is he getting away with that?
Is not a back injury. He literally slammed his head on the ground, got up, and was like all wobbly, and he said his back hurt. There's no way. No freaking way. That was a concussion. Well, I don't want to say it's a concussion, but he hit his head. That was a head injury, not a back injury.
I'm pretty sure he's concussed.
His back might.
I had a couple in high school, and that was bad.
His back might be sore, but yeah, I agree. That looked terrible.
Yeah.
But Steven, what did you see in this game? Did you watch this game?
No, I wasn't watching this game.
Oh, so you didn't see the butt punt?
I didn't see the butt punt. What was I doing Sunday? I don't remember. I
was
was
watching football.
At some point. Oh, I was at Bob's house. So I was actually watching the Colts game first, and then I went over to Bob's place. So
there's too many damn games on at the same time, and we can't afford NFL Red Zone. So.
Yeah.
Next year you can stream it. So there you go.
Yeah, fucking DirecTV.
Back to part of your division here, Tony. The Bengals actually got a win over the Jets. I actually picked the Jets to win last week. I thought they were going to pull it off, but they did not.
Don't worry, I picked them with you.
But the Bengals couldn't afford to slip up in this game, and they didn't. They showed up. They showed out. I mean, it really wasn't a game at all. The Bengals destroyed the Jets. Tyler Boyd had a long ass catch, took it into the end zone for a touchdown. Pretty nice. There's a lot of people talking in the chat here, so let's kind of
not acknowledge them.
Yeah, let's acknowledge
them.
Josh Bittinger, they played Trubisky, I think was what I meant to say. That's what happened to the Steelers. Leanna, hi Leanna. That's our boss at work. So go Casey and Steven. Love you guys. We love you too. Thanks for joining us.
She didn't say anything about me.
We appreciate
you.
Oh,
sad.
Dang. Dang.
Sad
Leanna, he's mad at you.
Oof or Daniel, dang.
Jerry said I would be in first place easy. Like in our fantasy league, there's no way. You're in last place in your fantasy league, so there's no way you'd be in first place in ours. Josh, biggest takeaway: no one can say that Josh and his offensive coordinator don't care. That is true. That offensive coordinator in the Bills game, slamming his stuff down and destroying the camera.
Oh, dude,
that was awesome.
That poor tablet.
Josh, that snapback is executed exactly how Kelsey got a concussion skiing. 100% a concussion. Yeah, I agree. It was 100% concussion. Jerry, Bills overrated and Dolphins need a good tight end and good running back. Give them that. Dolphins will go deep into the playoffs. I agree with that, Jerry.
Same.
Also, I've never heard Jerry say a team is good, ever. He always says they're overrated. So
even his Eagles.
He's like, they suck, man. They suck.
They suck. They haven't played
So-
anybody yet. They kind of haven't, but
Tiffany's laughing. But go ahead, Steven. Go ahead. You're gonna say something?
Daniel, what weekend was it this weekend? What came out this weekend?
Oh, dude, we'll get to that. We'll get to that when that game comes
Okay.
up.
Okay.
We'll get to that. I know what you're talking about. We'll get to that. Keep going, Casey, with the games.
Next
Let's go
game,
to the next
Raiders
one.
and Titans. I was really sad the Raiders didn't win this game, but I told y'all these Raiders aren't going to be who you thought they were. They're 0-3. They're about to be 0-4 this week, I think, but I
Yeah.
actually picked them to win this week. I think they can pull off the win this week, but they are 0-3. Everybody laughed at me when they said that I was crazy. Screw y'all.
I was sold.
I'm right.
Hey, it's a long season though.
Yeah, it
Season
is a
ain't
long
over.
season. Like we're 3 games into a 18-week season. So, but both teams were in the playoffs last year. Both were backed into a corner, looking to avoid an 0-3 start. The Titans unfortunately got the win. I say unfortunately because I'm a Colts fan and I don't like the Titans. We play the Titans this week, so fuck them. The difference in the game came down to coaching, as Mike Vrabel and his team were ready to go, and the Raiders left a lot of points on the field, and they had self-inflicted wounds. So that was basically this game in a nutshell. Did any of you guys watch this game?
No,
I
No.
saw
can't say.
tiny bits and pieces of it, but Derrick Henry performed on my fantasy team, so that's all that matters.
That's all Daniel cared about. Tiffany, LMAO, she laughed. Josh, don't get me started on overrated. Derek Carr isn't overrated.
Derek Carr is pretty overrated.
Eh.
Honestly.
He's
a
a good quarterback.
but he's not
quarterback.
elite.
Jerry says it's true, very overrated. Your Eagles overrated? Monica, Raiders, yikes. Yeah, Raiders. They should have won that game. Thanks for jumping in the chat, Monica. Derek Carr is another Tim Couch. That's what Jerry says. That's actually kind of funny. Tim Couch really didn't do anything though. Derek Carr has actually done a few things. So, but we got to move on here. Next game, Saints and Panthers here. Did anybody catch a glimpse of this game? Because the Panthers defense showed up for this game. They even had a touchdown, I believe, and that was the difference
That's all
in the
I was
game.
gonna say is the Panthers finally showed up.
Yeah, I Saints had the advantage the entire game. Panthers were outgained 426 to 293. Crazy they won this game. It's kind of like the Dolphins-Bills game. I think the Bills had 400 and something passing yards, and the Dolphins only had like 200.
They had like
And they still won the game.
95 plays.
Yeah, 95. It's, I know that Josh Allen threw it over 60 times.
Yeah.
He threw the ball over 60 times.
That's insane.
That's a lot of throwing. But the Panthers grinded out a win here. They should not have won this game. They shouldn't have even really been in this game, but they were there,
I
and
think Jameis.
it's a division game, and they pulled it off.
He still has his rib problem. That's
Well,
what's
Jameis still
getting
playing
him.
with 4 fractured ribs. I mean, he
Yeah.
played the week before. He was
Mhm.
fine, but I think he threw a couple picks this game, and I think that was kind
Well,
of the overall
he
decider.
finished with a respectable stat line of 25 of 41, 353 yards, 1 touchdown, but he had 2 interceptions. Big chunks came in garbage time, though. So
Yeah,
that's how that worked
kind of
out.
what happened to him last week too. I mean, they were pretty much gone with that game, and they scored a touchdown garbage time against the Bucks last year. So, same thing.
Yeah. Tony, you have anything on that game?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't even watch it. So
Well, we can't watch every game every week.
Yeah,
but
it's
we
hard
can,
to
You
watch
can
every game.
try. I got red
We
zone,
can
so
check
I
the
kind of
stat
catch a
lines
glimpse of
and-
every game. Where did we leave off in the chat? The chat is going off today. Derek Carr, another Tim Couch. Jerry, 3-0, 2-1, first place in both of my leagues. Yeah, you still wouldn't do anything in our league. I'm just saying. So, Jerry
Is it-
tried.
Jerry, is yours PPR or standard?
I think his is PPR. Frank, hi Frank.
What up, Frank?
Frank's in the chat. Jags versus Eagles game of the week. Who would have thought? You know what? I gotta say, your Jaguars might be for real, man. They might be good. I don't know how, but
Good luck this week.
I mean, good luck. I mean, if you guys beat the Eagles, I'm
You're
scared
for
of
real.
you.
This is the decider for the
I
Jaguars.
told you. I
this
told you
week.
guys in the text last time. It was like Bills are going to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Or, not Bills. Jaguars are going to Super Bowl.
Crazy. Jerry says Jags is a shocker. Yep, they sure are. Josh, Jags about to smoke the Eagles. People need to stop sleeping on Trevor Lawrence. I think you're
God, I
only
hope
saying
so.
that because you're a Cowboys fan and you hate the Eagles, but we'll see, because you might be saying, oh, Trevor Lawrence is overrated, but we'll see. Jerry says Lawrence, okay, just not consistent. Josh, Eagles can sink down to the division and stay in the sewer that they call Philadelphia.
Jesus.
Well,
Josh.
damn, Josh.
They're going
It's
back and
the
forth.
year of rush hour, my guy.
I
The
think we
year
can
of rush
keep-
hour.
I think
Jesus.
we can keep going. They're just gonna.
Yeah,
keep
they're
bashing
just
each other.
arguing there. And then Frank says Dougie P. Yeah, he's doing some good things for you guys. But moving on in the recap here, Ravens defeat the Patriots 37-26. Fuck the Patriots, I hate them. This game was centered around the legs of two quarterbacks, and Lamar Jackson ran all over everyone. Lamar Jackson counted for 4 touchdowns, and they all came after halftime. He finished 18 of 29 for 218 yards, 4 touchdowns and an interception, and his interception was a miscommunication with his receiver, so wasn't
How many
really
yards
his
did
fault.
he rush for?
He ran 11 times for 107 yards. So
Yeah,
running back,
I was looking.
that is your quarterback. That
I was looking
is
at
crazy.
the running back stat line for that week, trying to come up with boomer bust players, but they didn't do anything. Like it was all Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, if you got Lamar on there, I'm going to say boom.
Carried. No, definitely not. But
But anybody catch a glimpse of that game? I think the Ravens pretty much put it away late. I don't even know if it was
Yeah.
close or not, but I know
Oh.
they put it away.
Mac Jones did get hurt during that game.
yeah,
Yeah.
he is out as of right now.
He's out for a few weeks, I think. High ankle sprain. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens there. Tiffany, Lamar is the only reason Tony won. There you go, Tony. She's
That's
attacking
probably
you. Oh,
Andrew.
actually, that's probably Andrew.
That's
That's got to
probably
be
Andrew.
Andrew because he played Andrew. So, Andrew, why didn't your team win? Why didn't your team show up? Enlighten us. But
Boom, roasted.
we'll move on.
Josh Allen didn't do enough for him.
Yeah, right. Josh, you got Josh Allen, dude. Like, you got no excuse. Vikings 28-24 over the Lions. The Vikings, I think, survived in this game. And
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Lions pretty much gave it away.
Yeah.
I think they turned the ball over with the last couple minutes left. And the Vikings put together a drive in Detroit territory and finished it with a 6-yard touchdown from Alexander Madison. Minnesota got the ball back, approached midfield, but 4th and 8, Cousins threw incomplete. With 75 seconds remaining, Siebert missed a 54-yard field goal, which gave the Vikings the ball on their own 44. So Cousins completed a 29-yard pass to KJ Osborne, who had 5 catches for 73 yards and a touchdown to get inside the Detroit 30. On the next play, Osborne torched Mike Hughes to haul in a 28-yard touchdown. Minnesota closed out the game by intercepting the last-ditch Hail Mary and clinched the win. So that was that game in a nutshell. Sorry, Mom, your Lions lost, but they gave a good fight, like I said. Not the
They've been
Lions of
doing a lot
past.
better.
They're doing really good. They're competing
are.
in these games, so that's good. Your favorite team, Daniel, I'll let you take it away. Eagles smashed the Commanders 24-8. I think it was
I did
24-0
watch this
at one
game.
point.
I did watch
Yeah,
this
it
game
was.
because it was early in the morning and obviously
was the
Jeanette
other
wanted
game.
to watch it. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
fuck them. Fuck the Eagles. Every week.
For those of you that
Every
don't
day, every
know,
week. Fuck them.
I will say this every time. Daniel is a Cowboys fan. He hates the Eagles. And his girlfriend is an Eagles fan. So I don't know how it works. Don't know either.
Yeah,
So,
I don't either. Fun fact, real quick, I saw on Twitter. This was there was like a thing for like Kobe, because he was a Philly guy. The score was 24-8.
24-8.
oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
that's kind of cool.
So just want to throw that out there. I saw it on Twitter. I thought it was pretty neat.
Go back to the chat here. 47 points. Receiver didn't care. Neither did Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is killing me, says Jerry. Josh Benninger, Commanders, a free W. Monica, 9 sacks. Yeah, that's too many sacks for your quarterback to be going down. We still need to talk about that championship, Daniel.
Relationship.
Or that relationship. I'm sorry.
It
Go
keeps
ahead.
things spicy, Josh. It keeps
Yeah.
things spicy.
Yeah, it does keep things spicy. Yeah.
fun.
Have her come in the room sometime and just have her cheer. So you want to have her come up since we're talking about the Eagles?
I don't know what
Let her
doing
take
right now.
over for
I
you.
think she's
Yeah, let her take
clean
over.
or
She might do
something.
better.
You just
Probably. Oh,
you
she's
just-
on the
you
chat.
just-
Me
she's on
neither.
the
Don't
chat.
know how it works. Yeah,
Oh,
thanks.
she's in the chat, so we
Thanks,
neither don't know
man.
how it works. Next game, my Indianapolis Colts defeat the Kansas City Chiefs 20-17. I will say our offensive line is still atrocious, but thank you to the Kansas City kicker that could not make a kick. I know that their main kicker, Butker, is hurt. I don't even know who was kicking for them, but he missed
Amendola.
a couple chip shots, and he messed up a fake field goal to go ahead as well. I mean, it was like 4th and 4 or something like that. They tried a fake field goal right in front of me, threw it incomplete. I was going crazy. Matt Ryan takes the ball. Well, actually, we took the ball. They actually stopped us. We got stopped on our own side of the field with like 2 minutes left, and then a Chiefs player went up to Matt Ryan and mouthed off and got a 15-yard penalty. So that kind of saved us.
Yep.
We took it down the field, and then we threw a pass. Matt Ryan threw a touchdown pass to Jelani Woods in the end zone. The stadium went insane with 24 seconds left, and then we all started freaking out because we're like, 24 seconds, that's more than 13 seconds that he had against the Bills. But they actually almost got down the field, and then Stephon Gilmore tips the ball, and we intercept it. Game over. Colts win. I was so happy. I was so happy. Josh said the Colts did something. Josh, I'm going to bring this up every time. The last time our two teams played, we beat you 23-0. You didn't score any
Play
points.
again this year, buddy.
We do play
Wait for it.
again this year, but Josh likes to talk a lot of shit for no reason.
That's
Our
what he
teams play
does.
once every 4 years. I know, but sometimes it gets under my skin and I want to.
It's kind of a thing.
Don't know what that was.
Good lord.
All right.
I did that.
Jerry, Colts need a pass rush. We have a pass rush. We contain Mahomes.
That's the
We
only thing
don't
they have.
have an offensive line, and we need another receiver. That is our problem. So, I mean, our offensive line should be good for what we're paying them, but they're not. They didn't show up.
I think you
yet.
guys are
will
coming
see you in
together
December.
a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
I think you guys will return back to form, and I think you guys will still win that division.
I mean, we did really good in that game. Liam, he deserves Rookie of the Week. 2 touchdowns. Yes. Jelani Woods caught 2 touchdowns against the Chiefs. He caught, I mean, that last touchdown was not easy to catch. Ryan threw a good pass, and he had to kind of reach up for it still, but he caught it in the end zone. We all went crazy. I was so happy. Schuster, 3 weeks ago, Josh loved another QB. Who's the other QB?
Dak Prescott.
Oh, Dak Prescott. Yeah, Monica, I agree. Our offensive line is in shambles. It's pretty bad, but they can only get better. I mean, can't really do much worse than the first 2 games. I'm going to take this game as a stepping stone to where we can go. So hopefully they can do better. This week we got the Titans coming into town. Unfortunately, I can't go to the game. I'm kind of upset about that, but we need to beat the Titans. The Titans are not, they haven't really shown me that they're that good this year. I know they beat the Raiders last week, but I've been telling everybody the Raiders aren't that good. So
Yeah, I'm on
We'll
board
see.
with the Raiders being
Yeah.
bogus now.
yeah. All right. Well, we got to move on here. Next game here, the Texans and the Bears. I did not catch any glimpse of this, but I do see that the Texans lost to the Bears 20-23. Did you guys, any of you guys watch this game at all?
No.
No.
Oh.
I
Not important.
don't even remember who I picked in this game. I think I picked the Bears in this game, but I could have been wrong.
Yeah, it was a
I
two-way
don't
Um,
split.
remember.
I think you had the Bears too. I know I had the Bears in this game. Also, let's see what happened. Fields ended up 8 of 17 for 106 yards and a pair of interceptions. Wow, that's bad.
Oof.
He scrambled 7 times for 48 rush yards, but he needs to show improved accuracy, especially when playing against one of the worst teams in the NFL. Well, they're kind of one of the worst teams in the NFL too. Furthermore, the coaching staff still needs to have more faith in him. I agree with that. I mean, 8 of 17, he only threw the ball 17 times. I mean, the Texans
they don't-
secondary is not that good.
I don't know.
I don't know why they're not throwing the ball.
I don't know.
The weather may have been affecting it.
It was raining.
It was
I
raining
think it
again.
was
Have
raining.
they played in a game this year where it hasn't been raining?
Yeah, the last game.
No,
No, it was raining last
I
week
don't
too,
think so.
wasn't it?
Well, the first week it was downpour
the-
against the Niners. Last week they played the Lions.
Huh.
I might be wrong about that. I don't remember who the Bears played.
I
in
don't
week
remember either.
Hey, who cares?
Played-
Oh well, 23-20
game.
they win. Next game, probably the shock of the week for
two.
everyone.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
remember looking up in the Colts Stadium and seeing the Jaguars were up like 24-7. I was like, that's got to be wrong. That has to be wrong. What was in the stadium? It was like out in the bars afterwards, and we're looking. I'm like, that's correct.
Real?
The Jaguars are destroying
That's
them.
real.
Then I saw Christian Kirk catch a touchdown in the end to put it away. It was like 38-7 at that time, 30 whatever it was. But the Jaguars showed up. I mean, they've showed up 2 weeks in a row. I just don't know what to say. I'm kind of shocked by this victory. I mean, Jaguars are putting everybody on notice here.
They are.
And that was
They're shocking people.
Trevor Lawrence's first away win. Road win.
Yeah, it's his first road win ever, as second year in the league. But I mean, last year their team was just really bad. And
Yeah, good for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
man.
good for
He's a
him.
great quarterback.
I like him. I'm just mad he's in our division because he's going to make our lives hell. So
Yeah.
we need to figure out how to stop him.
Look
But
out for the Jaguars winning the AFC South this year.
I know that's
That's
a
their
dark
division
horse
this year.
there.
Yeah.
If they show up like this every game, they're going to be tough to beat.
Yep.
Next game here. Rams 20, Cardinals 12. Cardinals did not
Oh,
score
here
a
we go,
touchdown in this game.
Steven.
Hey, Daniel.
Let's let it be known that the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 beta was out this weekend.
Kyler Murray likes to play Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Guess who
coincidence.
Coincidence?
I don't know
I think
anymore.
not.
You probably played against him while he was in the game.
Yeah, hopefully.
Murray finished 37 of 58 for 314 yards, picking up chunks of yardage in garbage time. He was fortunate that he wasn't intercepted when he fired a horrible pass off his back foot. He saw plenty of pressure from Aaron Donald and the rest of the Rams front. The Rams front is scary. I watched Aaron Donald break both of Carson Wentz's ankles last year, or sprain both of them, whatever.
Telling
But-
you, he's a fucking sun bear.
Yeah,
They basically broke him.
But surprisingly, Cup had a poor receiving performance with just 4 catches for 44 yards. Though he was able to score on a rush, he did get that 20-yard rush run around. He ran by everybody on that play. I don't know if you guys saw
He's
that
so
or not.
fast.
But Tyler Higbee even had more catches than him. But yeah, the Rams defeat the Cardinals. Cardinals don't even score a touchdown in the game. So
Yeah, it's crazy.
that's that game right there. You guys want to catch up on the chat?
Yeah, let's jump back in real quick.
Go ahead. Oh, you guys can't really see it, can
Where
you?
are we?
Josh said,
See
I
you
always
in
support our
December.
quarterback. No, we already passed that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I will always
Just-
support our QB. I can't
Yeah.
get behind Dak. I can get behind
can.
Dak. I
Or
can
Rush.
get behind Dak Attack or Rush Hour. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If anybody puts a star on their helmet, Josh is just gonna mouth off to them. So,
Hey, that's what you do, baby.
and then
Support your
Jerry,
team.
Jerry, Dallas better without Dak.
They have been this year. I'll give you that, but
Uh,
Dak played one game, so
Josh said Romo always my quarterback. And
I
then
miss him.
Jerry, Cooper Rush is a knockoff Romo. That's actually pretty funny, Jerry.
that's pretty funny. Hey, Cooper Rush has fucking proved himself though. He is 3-0 as a starter in the NFL, and I mean he picked up for Dallas in fucking shamble time. Our week
Mhm.
1 game was god awful, and he came in and just fucking stepped in and stepped up.
Let's go to an overhyped game this week: the Packers and the Buccaneers.
I knew this is how this game was gonna go.
Yeah, everybody was talking about like, oh, it's Brady and Aaron Rodgers. It might be their last meeting. Blah blah blah. None of them did shit in this game. Rodgers had a decent but relatively low passing line of 27-35 for 255 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, but he also had an interception. Rodgers was on pace for 342 passing yards at halftime, but Tampa's defense came alive in the second half. Rodgers didn't have any time to throw following intermission. So, but I mean, at the end, the game ended. I don't know if you guys watched it, but
The two-point
Buccaneers
conversion.
scored. They tried to go for 2. They got to delay a game, which
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't be doing that at home. I don't know why.
Pissed.
I don't even know
Oh,
if they
the
had a
two-point
timeout or
conversion.
not, but they
You
get
were
to delay a
pissed. I
game.
was pissed. I had Tom Brady.
Steven's like, what are you doing? And then they just throw it to nobody in the end zone, and the Packers survive 14-12. So that's how that game ended.
That game was the battle of who had to call their family. Tom Brady had to.
It's pretty
Aaron
funny.
Rodgers.
Loser calls home.
All right. A game that I thought would be pretty good, and it was. The Falcons and the Seahawks. Falcons win 27-23. The Falcons-Seahawks affair wasn't expected to generate much offense, as the betting total closed at 43.5. Both teams were moving the chains very easily, though. However, this 50-point affair saw 2 teams combine for 806 yards of offense.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
that's a game I would go watch.
Yeah.
Bad defense though for both teams.
Oh yeah.
Geno Smith was terrific in the opening half, going 18 of 25 for 218 yards and 2 touchdowns prior to the break. And Rashad Penny did his best to lead the team to victory after his second fumble, converting a 4th and 1. Rashad Penny is a fumble machine. That guy fumbles like almost every other game. As for the Seahawks, sorry. 3 Falcons recorded more than 22 receiving yards, with Pitts leading the way with 5 grabs for 87 yards. That guy is a monster. Zekas 2 for 49, and London with 2 for 44 for the next on the stat sheet. London, as mentioned, scored the decisive touchdown. So good shootout in Seattle. So I wish I could have watched this game a lot, but I could not. But that's how it goes sometimes.
I want to say that the Falcons are better than I thought they were gonna be, but they did play Seattle.
I will say that too. I think I have them for 4 wins on the year, and they might win more than that.
I only
So-
had
they-
them winning
they-
3.
They almost beat the Rams last week.
yeah. They almost came back from 28-3 and turned that thing around. So
Marcus Mariota is the real deal.
yeah. 49ers and Broncos.
This was the most fucking boring game of the week.
The worst
oh my
Sunday
God.
night game I have ever watched, I think.
Yeah, it was awful.
Denver fans were not happy during this game at all. I think they showered their team
they
with
were.
booze the entire evening. Denver's offense.
Denver
it
offense
was.
has not been able to go at all this year.
And then here's the thing: Russell Wilson gets an interview after the game after they win a barn burner 11-10, and he goes, "What a terrific game!" And I was like, "Terrific? What are you talking about?" All aspects of Denver's offense failed. Like Russell Wilson couldn't go deep because of the heavy pressure he faced in the pocket. The offensive line couldn't block. It was just a terrible game all around. I just don't know what to say. The deciding factor in this game: Jimmy Garoppolo running out of the end zone for a safety.
Yep. What a dumbass, huh?
Free Dan Orlovsky. If you guys know what I'm talking about there.
Dude, I saw that happen. I was like, no shot. He really just did that.
He did that.
He's
Dan
no fucking
And then he threw a pick 6.
Then he
Yeah.
threw a pick 6. Liam says
same time.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Broncos country, let's die.
That's what's happening right now. Broncos do not look good. They have not impressed me. The Colts do play them next Thursday night in Denver. And I hope the Colts win. I mean,
You guys should
we
win
should
that
win
game.
that game, but
They better win.
you know, we lost to the Jaguars and we tied the Texans, so I don't know what to.
Well, the Jaguars
really
have proven themselves thus far, and the week one was just just week one in the NFL.
Josh says, don't disrespect the Broncos punter like that. By the way, the Broncos punter punted 10 times.
Holy
10 times.
Did
shit.
you hear Eli's comment last night about him?
Yeah, pay him instead of Russell
him
Wilson.
instead
Yeah, that was good. I love the Manning cast. I hope they keep that forever. They had Pat McAfee on, and it was Peyton Manning, Pat McAfee, Eli Manning, and I was like, this is great. I love this. Great TV.
Yep.
And they were punting a lot while Pat McAfee was on, and Pat McAfee was a punter, so it was kind of funny. They're like, we need to get you off the air because they just keep punting. It was really funny. Jerry says Broncos look good on paper. Yes, they do, and I say that about the Vikings a lot too. I say the Vikings look good on paper, but they disappoint everybody when they get on the field. Josh, the 1 yard line punt. Jimmy, holy crap, everybody's talking. Punt put Jimmy in the end zone. Yeah, it sure did.
Yeah,
Jerry,
it did.
Russell Wilson looked bad over there. Josh, 450 plus punt yards. Absolutely nuts.
That's
Holy
insane.
crap.
Could you imagine if they kept that stat in a game? How many punt yards everybody had, like, for everything? Tiffany, Pat McAfee. I love Pat McAfee. I
Love
should have worn my
Pat
Pat
McAfee.
McAfee jersey. Damn it. Oh well.
Pat
Next
McAfee's
stream.
fucking dope.
He's the
He's
greatest.
great on College Game Day too. He's fun.
I love Pat McAfee. Last game to recap. Daniel, let you take it away.
How about them Cowboys, Daniel?
Let's fucking go,
The
baby.
two Cowboy fans over here.
This
It's
is
a battle of
exactly how I
trash.
thought this game was gonna go. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The Cowboys and Giants games are always super close,
Mhm.
and I don't know why. Excuse me.
Division games, bro. That's
Yeah,
why.
but last year we scored 92 points on the Eagles, but the Giants games were close. I don't understand. Like it's just so weird to me. But I want to give a special thanks to Trayvon Diggs at the end of that game and Daniel Jones for throwing that interception so I could beat Steven in fantasy. I was down by 0.3 points
Yep.
before that interception, and I ended up getting the 2-point interception and taking the lead to win
Yep.
that. My first
I do have to throw a shout out to Saquon Barkley and Zeke Elliott because I took a parlay in the game. It was plus 850. I bet $100 and it pays 950. Saquon Barkley, anytime touchdown scorer, hit. Zeke Elliott, anytime touchdown scorer, hit. Saquon over 75 rush yards, Zeke over 55 rush yards. Boom. Proof.
that
Got
was
it.
a really good bet to
Thank
take. I'm
you
surprised that
so
the odds
much.
for that were so
I saw
high.
that and I was like, I think this is going to hit. And I bet it and I hit it. And I'm so happy I bet it because I hit
Yeah.
it.
Good for you, dude.
And then CD had his drop, and then CD had his cats.
Yep.
That catch was pretty good.
Yeah, that drop was
redeemed
terrible though. It was in his
yeah.
hands.
I would have won fantasy if he caught that ball. You know
Uh,
that, Daniel?
that sucks. Josh, I think the key takeaway from the Giants Cowboys was rookie right tackle against D-Law and Parsons just wasn't fair. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Monica, yeah, Shepard is out and he didn't even touch anybody. I don't know if you guys saw
No.
that.
Towards the
He
ACL.
was
I
just
think
running
that's
straight
something
and then
absurd.
all of a sudden you just saw it like
I saw
tingling
a
his
lot-
knee and I was like, something's wrong.
I
That
saw a
something's
lot
bad.
of comments saying that the turf at MetLife is terrible, and a lot of people hurt themselves with that.
That sucks, man. I wish I would just take care of their fields. Josh, Shepard's injury broke my heart, and and I hate them. The dude was like half their offense. Yeah, Shepard's a good player, man.
Yeah, he
He's out
really
for the
is.
whole season, though, unfortunately, and
Dunzo.
that sucks. Jerry, teams are playing right into Dallas trap. Run the ball and make Parsons back up to slow the rush down. Well, we'll see how your Eagles do against them pretty soon here. When's the first time you guys play?
Week
Next month.
6.
Week 6, so you guys got 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks
That's
we
the
get.
same.
3 more
That's,
weeks, technically.
The 16th, I believe, of October.
Yeah. But there you go. There's our week 3 recap. I love this overlay, Daniel. We're going to do this every week.
Took me
Go
like
back to the
20
4 cam
minutes.
scene here. All right. Let's move on. Best week 3 game. Chat, let us know what you thought was your best week 3 game, and we're going to go over ours. Tony, Steven, you guys want to throw your best week 3 game out there?
Best week 3
Three?
game for me. I mean, we kind of talked about all the games, so I mean, oh god,
What was the best
Which
game to
ones?
watch?
I thought we were doing overall best game, like
Yeah.
consensus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what was it?
We had one picked, but I don't.
Nobody
I
remembers
It
what we all
was
picked.
the Bills Dolphins.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. The
Yes.
Bills.
Oh,
Dolphins.
come on,
Bills
people.
Dolphins. Bills Dolphins. That was the best game to watch.
That's why you're here, Tony.
Hey,
It's
here's
a reminder.
the only thing. The thing that made that the best game of the week was the offensive coordinator destroying all this shit. Like when the time ran out, it's just like rah, rah, like throwing everything. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was
But-
pretty nuts. They just came out with a rule too, like destroying the NFL provided equipment. You start getting fined for it now. And
Did he
then
get
that guy
fined?
just goes and obliterates the tablet, and just everybody behind him is just sitting there like, yeah, dude, yeah, I'm fucking feel
Yeah,
that.
they're just like not even like nonchalantly like, oh yeah, he does this like all the time.
Yeah.
Like, no, he does not do that.
Everybody was on the same level there, same frequency.
It took a minute for them to actually turn off the camera and be like, "Oh shit, they're watching."
Yeah, that
Um,
was not great.
Josh, MetLife's body count don't have anything on FedEx Field.
That's true. FedEx Field has taken the life of so many quarterbacks.
I know. Whoa, watch your mouth. Don't speak of the Eagles. That's what Jerry said. Josh said definitely Tua shutting out haters. Janeth, Bills versus Dolphins. Josh, he didn't hit the cameras. Watch the tape. It was a bad covering it up. Oh, it's whatever. It's fine. I mean, it was good though. It was watching
Hey,
him tear everything up and throw it. It was funny.
I want to go back to we made our prediction videos, Casey and I, yesterday. We make little like quick TikToks, and then we get more in depth on here, obviously with the spreads and everything. Everybody like on TikTok that was commenting like that Tua's playing like get shit on whatever. Fuck you. Why is he not in concussion protocol? I still don't understand it. Like, there's no way he's not concussed. He slammed the shit out of his head. Those helmets are not that good. I mean, they're getting a lot better. The technology's improving, but that guy, he's concussed. He should be in the concussion protocol. It's not fair for people that have to go through it when they're not concussed.
Mm-hmm.
I
could've just got out of
really
it.
hope that the Players Association like really
They're looking into
evaluates
it.
that
Yeah,
and looks
they're looking
into
into
it.
He could
They
get
are
suspended
investigating
a
it right
game.
now.
If
I mean,
But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. It's just there's no way he's not concussed after that. He was walking like he couldn't even walk straight. I don't believe it was his back.
I don't either. Go ahead, Steven.
same thing.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
NFLPA is investigating, as Josh said. Yes, they
Yeah.
are. I don't know if they're gonna do anything about it though, because you know how when they investigate stuff, nothing
Allegedly,
happens.
I saw that the Dolphins said that they tested him twice for concussions and he passed both tests.
Supposedly at halftime they
Supposedly,
ran
yeah.
him through a concussion test that
Yeah,
the NFL mandates or whatever the fuck.
you guys buy that though?
Who knows? Yeah, that's,
I
that's the
don't.
thing is nobody actually knows, but I don't know. It's just weird to me. That was a great game though.
It was a great game.
Not surprised the Dolphins pulled it off, but
Yeah,
game.
I mean that was a good game, and literally, if there were 2 more seconds on the clock, the Bills probably win that game. They probably get
every second counts.
the spike down, but should have ran it out of bounds, man. Should have ran the ball out of bounds. So you got to run for the sideline, not up the field when there's like 8 seconds left.
At least you didn't do it in the playoffs.
Yeah, that is true. All right, week
Cowboys.
4. So, Chad, go ahead and look up any games you want for week 4 coming up here. What is your week 4 game of the week? We want to know. We have one here. I think it was Bills Ravens, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we decided Bills Ravens was probably the game of the week. That could be a high offensive exploding affair. It is in Baltimore. The Bills, I don't know if their secondary is still kind of messed up
Beat up.
with injuries here. I don't know if they're coming back this week or not, but this should be a really fun game to watch. Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. They're going to be running all over the place. They're going to be slinging the ball all over the place. This could score 60 plus points.
Yeah. For sure, for
That's
sure.
gonna be
It's
it.
going to be a big, a high scoring shootout, I think. Both of those teams have stout offenses. I think the Ravens need to get their run game going, though, because Lamar Jackson cannot do everything against the Bills.
Nah,
He's not going
he
to
could do it
happen.
all.
Yeah,
He
he's
could do it
trying.
all.
He's trying to do it all.
He should do it all. He should do it all. He should
Tony,
keep doing
a
it all.
Steeler fan, wants him to do it all.
That's the fantasy football in Tony talking right now.
He should
But
do it
yeah,
all
I
until they
mean,
meet the Steelers.
I think it will be a really high scoring affair. Definitely, well, I don't want to say definitely because we did have one other game, the one in London, the Vikings and Saints, that we were kind of on the border with. That should be a really good game too, but I think this one edges it out just a little bit more because of the high caliber offenses, and there's probably
Yeah.
going to be a lot more scoring.
Yeah, speaking of that game being in London, me and Daniel made prediction videos yesterday, posted them on TikTok. We do that really late. I flew in from Indianapolis last night. Sorry, guys. We were tired. We even talked about the game being in London before we made the videos, and that all people can comment on is, you don't know shit, the game's in London. You didn't do your research, the game's in London. I'm like, shut up.
I love everyone that just goes on there and says, you don't know shit.
You don't know shit.
Please keep the comments coming. It helps
Yeah,
with our
we love
with
it.
our analytics.
We love it. Keep
so
it coming. So
Keep
Just-
talking shit.
just want to let you all know this is probably going on
Make me
TikTok, just so
rich.
you guys know. So
By the way, follow us on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sports Podcast.
2,000 followers and climbing. So we're doing
They're-
pretty good there.
Hell yeah.
Tiffany says Viking Saints. Tiffany thinks Viking Saints, or I don't know if that's Tiffany or Andrew, but
Andrew.
Tiffany or Andrew
One
says
of them,
Viking
dude.
Saints. Janeth, not to be biased, but I think the Jags versus Eagles would be a good game, and I don't disagree with you, Janeth.
Yeah.
I
Could
think
be.
that
Talking
could
about
be
that one too.
a sneaky good game. We almost picked that as one of the games to watch.
Go
but
Jags.
yeah, I actually am go Eagles because fuck the Jags. So there you go.
For making sure she's
Tiffany
not
says
trying to kill me.
Andrew, so it is Andrew. Josh, if Jags show up, I think the Eagles Jags would be the game that everyone sleeps on. Yeah, and I agree with you, Josh. That could be a sleeper game for sure. For sure. Yeah.
What time is that game at? Let's see.
Probably they're at Jags? Or they're at
Yeah.
Eagles?
There's very
It's
few
at 12.
midday games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jags don't
So
get a
it's
lot
an
of games
early
past
game.
noon, so
So the Cowboys play at 12, so that's going to be here in the area. But they play on Fox, so the Eagles Jaguars are on CBS, so that might be the game on the other channel for us.
Josh, speaking of Tony Romo, your boy was calling the Colts game on Sunday. Tony Romo and Jim Nantz.
Yeah. for the
Somebody's
Cowboys.
microphone is very fuzzy.
It's mine. I don't know why the fuck it's doing that.
Sounds like he's playing Tetris. All right. Well, Daniel deals with that. We'll move on.
Ooh, it's a
We need
whole
to
arm
boomer bust.
situation again.
Yeah, it's okay. He got a whole new mic arm. He needs a new mic now. Yeah, it could be the cord, but it's
think
not. It's not terrible.
The
It's
audio
just
mixer.
yeah.
We good?
yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah,
It's
sounds good.
fine. Just need to stop touching it. We're on to your segment though, Daniel. Boom or bust.
Dude, that's pissing me off. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll get it fixed for sure. But
That's okay.
I don't know
Yeah.
what the problem is right now. So, okay, moving on to boom or bust. Week 4. So I'll explain it again one more time, just so
Explain
that
it every
anybody new here-
episode.
Boom or bust, basically for fantasy football. We're going to go over 7 players. Basically, I'm going to give the player, game, their opponent, their stats from last week, and then I will ask everyone if they think they will boom or bust in the coming week. So, pretty simple, straightforward. You guys in the chat, feel free to jump in for sure. I want to hear you guys' takes on this too, whether you think each player will boom or bust. All right, let's go ahead and get it started right away. First player we have is Mr. Leonard Fournette from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing the Kansas City Chiefs this week. They are playing in Tampa Bay. Last week, Leonard Fournette had 12 attempts for 35 yards, and then 5 receptions for another 35 yards. So it wasn't a great outing last week. Other than that, he is running back 11 in fantasy football non-PPR leagues. So with that, I will start with Tony. Boom or bust on Leonard Fournette in week 4.
Oof. I have him claimed on my fantasy, so I really want him to boom. But the way they stopped Jonathan Taylor, I highly doubt he's going to be able to do much, especially with 65 yards last week. Come on, I need some help, man. Yeah, so I'm going to say blessed, unfortunately.
Bust for Tony. Steven, what do you got? Boom or bust for Leonard Fournette in week 4?
So
Oh.
he should have.
I was gonna say also chat. Let us know boom or bust.
I think we lost
Uh,
Steven for a sec. Oh, there he is.
No, because Casey started talking over. All right.
Are we good?
Are we good? Yeah.
Go ahead, Steven.
Okay. So Leonard Fournette should have gone off last week because he was basically their only offense besides Tom Brady because they had no receivers to throw to last week. So he should have gone off, and that kind of worries me. So I think I'm gonna go bust also.
Okay, we got
I
2
just-
for bust so far. For Leonard Fournette. Casey, you want to round us off here? Be the tiebreaker here if you're going the other way.
So the Chiefs have a pretty good rush defense, but the Tampa Bay offensive line got weaker in the offseason because a lot of their players left. So I'm gonna say bust. I don't think he's gonna be able to run through the Kansas City Chiefs run defense. The Chiefs are averaging 93 rush yards given up a game right now. So, I mean, I'm going to say bust.
Perfect.
And just because Casey said that, he's going to blow up. And I thank you very much, Casey.
You're
He's
welcome.
going to go for 200 rushing yards this game.
I cursed
No,
Tony's fantasy
touchdowns.
team, apparently.
I actually am going to agree with you guys on this. I think, Casey, you made a good point in the Chiefs defense being very stout. And here's my thing, though. Leonard Fournette he's a monster. Like, he is a big back, and he is a ground and pound running back. So I could see him playing really well against Kansas City, but I'll go ahead and I'll take bust with you guys. Just for everyone in the chat, they're going to do their picks. I'm going to give my take at the end, but since there's 3 of them, it makes an odd man out. That way, if there is a tiebreaker, they can break the tie. All right. So we're busting for, going to stop myself there. Leonard Fournette is going to be a bust for this week.
Got Monica in the chat.
I'm about to bust.
Monica in the chat says Brady just going to be excited. Mike Evans is back. His sole protector. I love that dude. I love that Mike Evans got into that. And then afterward, he's like, that's Tom fucking Brady. What do you want me to do? Protect him at all costs. I would be the same way. It's the GOAT. I hate him, but it's the GOAT. All right. So bust for Derrick Henry. Leonard Fournette. They're similar. Next player we have for Boomer Bust this week. We will go in reverse order. So we'll go Casey, Tony, Steven. Next player is Joe Burrow. Joey Ice.
Joe
Miami
Burrow
versus the Bengals. It's in Cincinnati. Joe Burrow is QB number 6 in non-PPR fantasy football. Going into week 4, and last week he was 23 for 36 with 275 passing yards. He threw 3 touchdowns. He had a quarterback rating of 114.9, and he had a completion percentage of 63%. So, Casey, first one for Joe Burrow. Boom or bust?
It's an easy boom. Easy boom. The Dolphins defense is giving up 297 pass yards a game. They're not stopping Joe Burrow. They just went and kind of ran over the Jets a little bit. The Dolphins couldn't stop Josh Allen last week. And they won the game, yes, but they got outplayed the entire game, essentially. So they scored more points, got outplayed, gave up over 400 pass yards. So that's an easy boom for me.
Beautiful. Easy boom for Casey with Joe Burrow. I want to just say before we go on, Cincinnati's offensive line is ass. That's my only argument there. But, Tony, you are next. Boom or bust for Joe Burrow.
I am going to go with
against
bust.
Miami.
Just like you said, their offensive line is trash. So that,
I'm trash.
the Dolphins defense is too good up front to be able to let him get a pass off. So unless they figure out something with a run to open up, give him a little more time, he's gonna keep getting his ass sacked all night. Road to 115.
Did they get
115
how many sacks they gave up last week?
For that? I don't even know.
I don't even know this time.
Pull that up, Casey, since you already went.
I'll look it up. Let Steven go.
The first 2 weeks of the season, though, Bengals were tracking for 115 sacks on Joe Burrow for the season.
For the season.
It's
Jesus.
insane. All right, Steven, you are next. You are the tiebreaker here because we have one boom and we have one bust. Joe Burrow going into week 4 against Miami.
Yeah, I mean, that offensive line is literally the reason why I'm going to say this. I think he's going to bust because that O-line just can't keep him in the pocket for long enough for him to make any sort of thing. I mean, he's Joe Burrow. He can throw the ball fast, but he needs some time for the play to develop, and it's just not fair. I mean, defenses are just having too much fun with Joe Burrow. So I'm gonna say bust because, yeah, Miami got thrown on 60 times, but they got thrown on 60 times also. So I'm gonna say bust.
The Bills are definitely a much better offense all the way around, I believe. Better quarterback, better running backs, better offensive line, better receivers.
Papa John's.
Beat a pizza.
Exactly. Papa John's. I'm going to agree with Tony and Steven in this because of that offensive line. They could prove us wrong. I think they have improved, and I think they've sorted some stuff out with that offensive line. A little bit. Just a little bit. They were supposed to be the biggest improved part of that team this year, and they're absolutely not. They might be worse.
They might be actually worse.
Yeah. I'm gonna take bust on this one too. We already had that anyway, because two of you went for bust, and Casey was the loner there in booming. Perfect. Next player that we have. Check the chat real quick. Hold on before we go on.
Before you go on, did you get
Yeah.
how many sacks he got last week?
It didn't say that they sacked him, so I don't think the Jets got to him.
Worrying.
Oh, there you go.
Word. Dang it! Now it's
Uh,
only 108 sacks this year.
God
Where were
damn it.
we at in the chat?
The last thing we said was I
Cap.
think it was it was
Yeah, because I read Brady just gonna be excited to have Mike Evans back.
oh, that's right. Okay. Oh yeah, Cap was on me for a bit. He wouldn't get off.
So we're at Monica. That's it.
Jerry
Mhm.
said, yeah.
Okay, cool. Their offensive line makes me feel good about Indies. So I'm assuming Monica's a fellow Indy fan, Casey.
Oh yeah, I like Monica. Monica, we're friends now. I don't know if you know that, but we're friends. So
She would say you're more of an acquaintance.
okay, whatever.
Damn, burned. Alrighty, cool. So moving on to the third player we have for Boomer Bust this week. We are going to the tight end position
Ooh.
in Mark Andrews of the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens will be hosting the Buffalo Bills this week. Mark Andrews is tight end 2. I don't think anybody really expects him to be any lower than that because there's not a lot of super good tight ends out there. But they are playing Buffalo. Last week, Mark Andrews had 8 receptions, or he had 8 receptions on 13 targets for 89 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he averaged 11.1 yards per reception. So we'll just keep snaking it here. Steven, go ahead and start for Mark Andrews in week 4, Boomer Bust against the Buffalo Bills.
So Mark Andrews is a phenomenal red zone target, which he gets a lot of fantasy points that way. Like you got almost 25 points last week.
I think it
With
was
him?
22.
22. Yeah, I mean he's a big threat in the red zone. He's a big target. With the Bills possibly shorthanded again, I think he should have a pretty good game. So I'm gonna go boom.
Perfect. Short and sweet. Wonderfully said, Steven. Tony, Boomer Bust on Mark Andrews week 4.
Boom. I hate that he's on the Ravens, but Mark Andrews is so good. He's such a big part of the Ravens. When Lamar's in a pickle and he's got nowhere to run, he's always going to go to Andrews. So I'm going to give him a boom, especially in such a tough competition coming up for him. They're going to be relying on him and that big body of his a lot.
Yeah, I agree with that. Casey, you want to round us off here? Boomer Bust.
Yeah, I do. I think it's a boom. He's one of the 4 best tight ends in the league, if not the best, one of the best tight ends in the league. He finished as tight end 1 last year. He is going to score points. Lamar's going to find him. He's going to throw to him. They're at home. Their crowd will be behind him. I think he's a boom. I like him in the end zone this week too.
Yeah,
You do.
I agree with you guys in that. The only red flag for me this week, and I thought you guys were gonna bite on it a little bit. I guess not. They're playing Buffalo, so I mean it's gonna be a shootout of a game, but I think the better defense will decide this game this week.
I do think
That's what I think.
Buffalo will win this game, but I think the Ravens can put up some points, and I think Mark Andrews has to be a part of that. So there you go.
Agreed. So we are in full agreement on boom for Mark Andrews. Beautiful. Okay, I'm just gonna do this position at a time now. Wink. So we're gonna move into the running back position.
Bust. All the running backs are trash this year. All of them.
Yeah, it's kind of true. So let's go. Casey, you can start this one. He is your running back, Mr. Jonathan Taylor of the Indianapolis Colts versus the Tennessee Titans this week.
It's already a boom.
Indianapolis will be hosting Tennessee. Jonathan Taylor is still running back 1 in fantasy football. I honestly don't know how because the Colts haven't done shit, but I guess that's all they're doing. So Last week, Jonathan Taylor had 21 attempts for 71 yards rushing, and he also had 3 receptions for 20 yards. He did not see the end zone. So, Casey, I heard you already say it's a boom. Go ahead, give your take.
It's Jonathan Taylor, man. He's running back 1. He's overall running back 1 from last year. The Titans are giving up 256 yards a game to opposing running backs. This Titans team is trash. Okay, I know they beat the Raiders last week, but fuck them. They're the Titans. I hate them. Go Colts. Jonathan Taylor's going to run all over him. 2 touchdowns. Let's go.
2 touchdowns.
By the way, Monica. Yep. She said, did we just become best friends?
Become best friends.
Yep.
That's what Jerry said.
Before we go on, let's just catch up real quick. Tiffany said, or Andrew/Tiffany
Andrew.
says, bust. He is going to be a key piece in run blocking with Lamar's arm and Jordan Poyer. Is it Poyer or Poyer?
It's Poyer.
And Micah Hyde.
And Micah Hyde.
And
Jerry says,
then
ouch, Tiffany. And then, what does that say?
It says Hyde's
Let's
out
see.
for the season.
Hyde's out for the season. So you are wrong.
Gotcha.
Oof.
Okay.
They're just replying to Tiffany.
Yeah, gotcha. Caught
not-
up there. What?
I said it's not Tiffany, it's Andrew.
It's Andrew.
Well, yeah, well.
It's the Eder clan.
Yeah.
All right, after Casey's rant, Tony, what do you have? Boom or bust for Jonathan Taylor in week 4?
I mean, he's pretty spot on. The Colts haven't figured out how to do much except run, unfortunately. So they're gonna be relying on him, especially with such an easy defense like the Titans, unfortunately. So he should be booming this week. I don't know about 2 touchdowns because they'll find a way to slow him down a bit, but I'll give him 1. I'll give him 1 touchdown.
We'll come back to this next
It's in
week.
the end zone.
2
Yeah,
touchdowns.
we will.
Next week. That's what he said about the Jags, and then we still have to get him a Jags jersey.
It's true. I'm telling you, Goodwill authorized retailer for the Jags.
Jags.
Blake Bortles.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, Steven, round us out here. I can imagine what you're going to say, but let's go for it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, so Jonathan Taylor's a really good running back. Most of his yards this year have come from the Texans game, because he didn't do anything last week against the Jags, and he almost didn't do anything against the Chiefs. So that being said, the Titans defense is trash. So boom.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Fuck the
Good round
Titans.
out
I love you,
Had
Steven.
you thinking? Had you thinking?
Yeah, you got me there for a second. I was like, fuck, he's going to choose different. Yeah. I am pretty much in agreement with you guys. I think the Colts that's the only thing they can do thus far. Their defense has not shown up. Their rest of their offense has not shown up, including Michael Pittman on my fantasy team. What a dick. But my only thing with this pick is the division rivalry. That game could be a fucking boring ass 3-3 outing, and Jonathan Taylor could do absolutely nothing in it.
The
It could be a
game's,
full blown defensive game.
the game's not
because
ending
both of the
3-3
offenses
in
are
Indy.
trash.
It's not ending 3-3 in Indy.
Ending
It's just not
5-3.
happening.
5-3.
5-3.
But
There's no way. There's no way.
That's all I'm saying on that.
There's
You
been
guys
some weird scores this year already.
That's what I'm saying. Anybody can beat anybody in any given week in the NFL, baby. I'm gonna put that on a shirt. I will
The
have
Iowa
everybody at this
Hawkeyes
point.
scored 7 points with a field goal and 2 safeties. We'll see what happens.
By the way, Michigan plays Iowa this week. Go Blue.
Go blue.
You like
But
you
yeah,
like my plug there?
so you guys are all in agreement with boom for Jonathan Taylor this week. I'm gonna say boom too, just for the sake of it. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out with that division rivalry. Alrighty.
Chat.
Check the chat real quick. before we go to
I
the
just want
next-
to point out, Bree Bart's Ghost is my buddy Mike, also an Eagles fan, Daniel. So
Fuck the Eagles.
What's
That's
up,
like my new
Mike?
trigger word now.
Like anytime someone says Eagles, it's like fuck the Eagles.
Daniel has like 4 Eagles fans in the chat and he hates it.
I'm just gonna start screaming fuck every time I hear the word Eagles.
Eagles.
Fuck. So
Isn't your fantasy team?
Sup,
Yeah, half your
Casey?
fantasy team is Eagles. too.
Isn't your fantasy comprised of just the Eagles this year?
I do have 3 Eagles. I have okay. It's the Eagles that makes sense though. It's the Eagles defense. It's Jake
did
Elliott and Devontae Smith. Get off my ass.
And I have.
I want money. Okay.
I'm gonna let Daniel read the chat all the way down at the bottom.
Yeah, I don't want to. Mike says, "Sup, Casey." Andrew says, "I need to catch up. Sorry, I feel dumb now. Don't feel dumb." That's why it stays there, so you can catch up and read it. We appreciate you being here, buddy. Mike then says, LOL, not a whole lot has been said about it, surprisingly.
They're talking about Micah Hyde.
Not the injury.
Okay, gotcha. Jerry says, damn, Casey, fine as fuck. That's all he said. It just says, damn, Casey. And then I see a bunch of bullshit after that. Let's move on.
It says fly Eagles fly, bunch of Eagles, and then fly Eagles fly from 2 Eagles
How
fans.
the fuck
So
did you get that Eagles emoji? That's kind of cool, honestly.
Just type it on the phone.
where's your Cowboys emoji?
Oh, there is an Eagles emoji, huh? Yeah, an Eagle emoji. We just have a bullshit gold star. All right. Let's move into the next damn player. Fucking Eagles. Oh, fuck.
That's an Eagle.
All right. Next player is part of this game this week. It is part of the Jacksonville Philly game. It's Mr. James Robinson, running back from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville travels into Philadelphia this week to take on one of the only undefeated teams left in the league. I think there's only 2 now. I think it's just the Eagles and what the fuck is the other team? The Dolphins. I think that's it. Jacksonville will travel into Philly this week, like I just said. James Robinson is running back 15 right now in non-PPR standings. Last week, he had 17 rush attempts for 100 yards on the dot. He had 1 touchdown and 3 receptions for 16 yards. Not a terrible outing last week. I'm sure he put up decent fantasy points. That's what, like 18, 20 points? Give or take.
He put
So not bad at all. Going into
yards,
Philly,
10
though.
points.
20 in
20
standard.
points. Yeah, math. Math is fun.
Actually,
Going
that's
into
PPR.
Philly this week could be a challenge for him, though, because Philly's run defense has been very stout this season. Their whole defense has been pretty stout. Casey was not a believer, or somebody was not a believer in the Eagles' defense at some point, and I was, unfortunately, because they look really good, and they have been proving themselves. So let's go back to Steven to start this for James Robinson, boomer bust in week 4 against Philadelphia.
Yeah, that Eagles defense is showing up every week, and it's making us scared. But Jacksonville might be a real thing too. So this game, I mean, this matchup could be a tough one to pick up. I'm gonna go bust just because I think the Eagles defense is just that much better. Yeah, I just can't say boom.
Can't do it.
I can't do it.
Bust for Steven. Tony, what do you got? You smiling over there. I don't know what do you got going.
I mean, my prediction was that the Eagles are en route to Super Bowl this year. They are doing very well. I'm going to give them a big old bust. I know Casey didn't believe in the Eagles' run defense, and you and I have agreed that they are way better than they look, or that they were on paper, especially after week 1. They've just been getting better.
Unfortunately.
If their secondaries could keep performing out there, they're in good route to just take it all. So I'm going to give them bust just because the Eagles don't give up much on the run side these days.
Yeah, I agree with you that defense looks very stout and they look really scary, and I'm very upset about it. Casey, go ahead. Boomer bust for James Robinson.
So I'm really upset that they're using James Robinson as much as they are because I drafted freaking Travis Etienne on my draft on my fantasy team. James Robinson points in PPR 19, 15, and 20 in 3 games. The Eagles shut down Dalvin Cook last week at home, or 2 weeks ago, whenever that was. I'm gonna say bust. I think the Eagles will stop them at home. I don't think that he's. I don't think he's gonna have a terrible outing. I'm still saying bust though. I think he's gonna have less than 10 points. I think the Eagles stop him. If the Jaguars beat the Eagles, they're for real. We were all wrong about the Jaguars if they compete and beat the Eagles in this game. Don't think it's gonna happen though. I think the Eagles are gonna win. I think the Eagles defense can stop James Robinson. So I'm gonna say bust.
Perfect. All 3 of you are in agreement on bust. Andrew says like that because there's a lot of O's. Mike says bust in all caps. He says bust. Outside of Swift's chunk plays in week 1, Eagles haven't given up a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. He then said, same Casey, Etienne making me sad.
Same.
Both of you get shit on. That sucks. And then Jerry says Eagles running game has to step up outside of Hurts. I agree. Their running offense has
Yep.
not been very good this season. Jalen Hurts
exactly.
is
Besides
putting the
Hurts.
fucking team on his back and just going nuts.
They also got to learn how to utilize Sanders a lot more because my God,
Yeah,
he's such a
they
good
have
back
good
for them
running
to
backs
not-
back there.
Hey,
They're,
Sanders right now running back 16
Yeah,
right now. So I mean, he's a running back
that's-
2 right now. Top 12 puts
Yeah.
you running back 1 category. Christian McCaffrey, by the way, who was going 2nd overall, is running back 12 right now.
long season.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Long season for that. But yeah, I think you guys are spot on with Philly's defense. This is definitely Jacksonville's proving week. It really is, because Philly might be the best team in the NFC. Well, I want to say that they're the best team in the NFC as of right now. They might be the best team in the league. Maybe that's
No.
a big maybe. The AFC is very tough. But they've shown out and played really well. NFC, I'll give them the NFC, but I'm kind of with you on that, Casey. AFC is too tough, but either way,
I don't know. I just know we're gonna get blown out by the fucking Eagles soon if we don't figure something out.
Yeah, the Steelers are in trouble, man, for sure. Cool. So agreements on bust for James Robinson going into week 4. Next player that we have was kind of surprising-ish last week. It's Mr. Drake London for the Atlanta Falcons. Cleveland will be storming into Atlanta this week.
Oof.
Drake London is wide receiver 20 right now, so he's probably a lot higher than he was expected. Last week, he only had 6 targets. He caught 3 of them for 54 yards and a touchdown. So not a bad stat line for only having 6 targets. Casey, we will snake back to you for Drake London. Boom or bust?
So Drake London, through his first few games, he played New Orleans, the Rams, Seattle. 12 fantasy points, 24 fantasy points, 14 fantasy points. Him and Kyle Pitts are this Atlanta offense. So who'd you say they play? They play Cleveland
Cleveland.
The
At
Browns.
home.
at home.
They're in Atlanta.
I'm gonna say
Possibly.
boom. They're gonna they have to utilize them to beat Cleveland. They're gonna come in. Cleveland's gonna come in off a good win over the Steelers, and they better not take this Falcons team lightly because they can definitely beat them. So this, like you said earlier, this Falcons team is better than what we all thought. Like I said, I had them having 4 wins on the season, and it looks like
Yeah.
they might have more than that after their outings in the first 3 games. Could easily be 3-0 right now, but they're not. They're 1-2. They almost came back against the Rams. They almost beat New Orleans. New Orleans had to kick a last-second field goal, so they've been competing in their games. I like him to boom this week. They're going to have to utilize him. Him and Kyle Pitts are going to catch a lot of passes this week.
Beautiful. Boom for Casey. Tony, what do you got for Drake London going into week 4?
I don't know about this one. Mostly because I haven't really seen the Falcons play this season.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Mariota. I don't know. The Browns.
Go ahead.
The Browns defense wasn't that great. I mean, they couldn't. They were in a deadlock against a offense that is struggling, which is mostly because of Trubisky right now. Great receivers, can't complete a pass, and the Browns defense was still struggling to get them on 3-and-outs at times. So I think I'm going to give them a boom just on that because I think that secondary is not going to be able to keep up with him as a receiver, and especially with him being such a big target for him.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a huge target this week. I think this is a really, I want to say even matchup because both teams are not 100% complete. But what they do have, they're using very well, and I think both teams have definitely surprised me this far going into week 4. So far, we have 2 booms. Steven, boom or bust?
So I'm kind of in the same boat Tony is. I haven't seen a lot of the Falcons this year, so I haven't been able to see what he can do. But just based off what you guys have been saying, him and Kyle Pitts basically being the Atlanta offense, they're not doing too bad offensively right now. They're keeping up in games. So I would, and the Browns are streaky. You know how the Browns are.
Browns.
They
They're
Hey,
Yeah.
yo.
they're streaky, literally. I mean, they have blown coverages all the time, but then they have a great defense. It's hit or miss for the Browns. So I'm gonna say boom, just because the Browns are just so inconsistent, and Atlanta's looking like on the way up. I'm gonna say boom.
Boom. Beautiful. We're going for a quadruple boom on this, guys.
Quadruple boom.
Because I'm
Boom,
booming
boom,
as
boom,
well.
boom.
Don't want you in my room. Drake
But we'll spend the night
London
together.
performed decent, like I said last week. I mean, the thing that got me is he only had 6 targets. And on those targets, he averaged 17 yards per catch, and he had a touchdown. So that was against New Orleans, right? They were playing New Orleans last
Yep.
week.
No, they
Yeah.
played
No, they played
the Rams.
The Rams. That's even better. The Rams defense is better than New Orleans.
Oh, they played Seattle last week. Sorry, they played
No,
the
they
Rams
played-
2
yeah.
weeks ago.
Oh no. Who knows what? who's playing who in the NFL? Good lord.
Gotta keep up.
Yeah, it's too damn much. Anyway, I'm gonna take boom as well. Cleveland, like you said, very streaky. Big streaky shit stains sometimes, but yeah. I think I like Atlanta going into this week. And Marcus Mariota is a slinger, man. He's a great quarterback, and honestly, I feel like he is a lot better than people think. I've liked Marcus Mariota his whole career. He's been in bad situations and bad places, but he's taken a bad situation and made it good. So we'll take Drake London on the quad boom this week. Let's jump to the chat one more time before we get to the last player. It's just back to talking about the Eagles. God bless it. I don't want to talk about it.
Now, Jerry, start with Jerry where it says Eagles running game.
Yeah, Eagles running game has to step up outside of Hurts. That was the very last one we read. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement with that. Miles Sanders is a lot better than how the Eagles are utilizing him there, for sure. Mike says problem is the Eagles insist on making Boston Scott a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Boston Scott's a pretty good running back too. He's definitely not as good as Miles Sanders, though. If anything, he's that third down back or one of those dump off pass guys. It's pretty quick and elusive, but other than that, not too
They're using
sold
him
on
too
him.
much.
Yeah. Jerry says he doesn't understand that and use Miles Sanders while he's healthy. Agreed. Let's now move on from the Eagles. I'm tired of talking about them. Last player for Boom or Bust in week 4. Again, this is another tough matchup in game because both teams are not proving their worth in any way, shape, or form. It is Mr. Jerry Jeudy of the Denver Broncos. Denver travels into Las Vegas this week to take on the Raiders. Last week, Jerry Jeudy had a terrible outing. He only had 2 catches on 6 attempts for 17 yards. That's it. That's his whole fucking stat line for last week. So
Won
not
me a
too
fantasy
great.
league.
Yeah. He is wide receiver 37 after last week. But going into Las Vegas could turn the tide for him. I'm going to start with Steven again because I want Casey to round this one out. Go ahead, Steven. Boom or bust for Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, he played a really tough. I mean, the San Francisco defense is a good defense, so I mean, they were just gonna cover him, and Denver's offense just cannot. They're almost like Pittsburgh, and well, the Colts figured themselves out last week. They were just as bad. I mean, they can't do anything. They didn't even score a touchdown. So, I'm gonna say they are playing the Raiders at Las Vegas. The Raiders aren't as good as the 49ers on defense. So I'm going to say he has a breakout game and gets back to normal. So I'm going to say boom.
Cool. Boom for Steven. Yeah. The Denver offense is not anything what they should be as of right now. But long season.
Yeah.
So we'll take boom for Steven. Tony, what do you got? Boom or bust for Jerry Jeudy in week 4?
I am gonna go bust just because that offense is struggling. And they have the quarterback for it. They have the arm. Russell Wilson can't do what he's getting paid millions to do. He can't get the ball out there, and that's because he has no pass protection. So it's not completely his fault. That's the thing. If there was a whole different situation like the Steelers where they have the line that's giving him time and he's just throwing trash out there like Trubisky, that'd be a different story. But not at this point, he's just not getting the time to get it out to his receivers. He's got no pass protection. The running game isn't doing much for him, so it's not that offense isn't completely his doing. I know he's getting booed a lot, but I don't see Judy succeeding against the Raiders unless they figure out how to give Russell Wilson a little bit of time.
Yeah, the Raiders have a pretty decent pass rush with is big ass Max Crosby still there? That giant fuck?
I think so. Yeah.
Pretty sure he's still there. He's a scary dude. That is a big man. But the Raiders pass defense is pretty decent. So Denver's offensive line is not decent. So like you said, I mean, Russell Wilson has not been able to do Russell Wilson things in Denver so far. And I think you hit that spot on. I really like that take. Casey, you will be the tiebreaker for this. Jerry Jeudy in week 4 against the Las Vegas Raiders.
First off, I got a shout out to Leanna going oof in the chat. So she's saying hi to you, Daniel, or to you, Tony. Oof.
Tony.
She's like, it's oof. Jerry Jeudy has disappeared into the Broncos' offensive sadness. Like, what is this team right now? This team has not done anything. They won last week. They won 11-10, and no Russell Wilson. It was not a great game. That was not a good showing, and everybody hated watching that game. Everybody wanted to gouge their eyes out. Anyway, I'm going to say bust. This offense just hasn't done anything at all. They're playing the Raiders, who are going to be mad, and I think the Raiders are at home, no?
Yeah, it's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas. The Raiders crowd will be behind them. I'm going to say bust. I don't think Jerry Jeudy is going to do much of anything. Cortland Sutton is the receiver in Denver to watch. He's the guy that's catching all the passes. He's the guy that's catching all the balls. He's the guy that's getting in the end zone. So I like Cortland Sutton way more than Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy is kind of falling off the wagon. So bust.
Falling off the horse wagon. No pun intended.
Oh god, here goes Jerry.
No.
Can I mute him in the chat?
No. We love you too, Leanna. Jerry says, well, it's past my bedtime. See ya next week. EAGLES.
That spells dumbass.
Eagles. That's funny.
Just kidding. Jerry, if you're hopping off, we hope you have a great night. We
Have a good
appreciate
night,
you joining
Jerry.
in.
Thanks for jumping in, Jerry. We love you.
All right. Oh, I still got to get my take on this.
Yep.
We are on. We're taking bust for Jerry Jeudy this week between Casey and Tony. Steven was the only one that took a boom there. I don't really know. Like I said right now, okay, last week was an awful outing. 2 for 6 for 17 yards. This is god awful. 1.7 points in fantasy, 3 in PPR. Not ideal. Both of these teams are mediocre as fuck. So I don't know. Like everybody expected the Raiders to be a lot better than they are, and everybody expected the Broncos offense to be a lot better than they are. So I think this game will be boring, to say the least. But I think I'm gonna take Jerry Jeudy to boom. Yeah, I think they figured it out a little bit this week. I'm going to take Jerry Jeudy to boom.
Did you change your answer? Because it feels like you were like, whoa.
No, I just didn't know. I don't think of these beforehand. That way you guys, because I want to give them to you guys fresh. So it's just like, well, what the fuck do I do? So, I mean, I don't really think about it well, obviously I think about it when I pick them. But you know what I'm getting at. But yeah, so let's go over one more time real quick. Just a little run through the 7 players. Leonard Fournette, bust. Joe Burrow, bust. Mark Andrews, boom. Jonathan Taylor, boom. James Robinson, bust. Drake London, boom. And Jerry Jeudy, bust.
You guys are high for saying Joe Burrow bust, just so you know.
Miami's good, dude.
You go
Anything
cry.
Catacorn.
Leanna says, Jerry lies. He left because I got on. Aww.
What up, Quincy? 2-1 for the stupid ass Giants. We went ahead and handed you that first L, buddy. Don't worry. You guys will rack up a lot more this season.
Do NFC East people not know how to spell the team names? Is that why they spell them out?
Yeah, they gotta do one letter at a time because they're not the most competent.
It's like Ohio State.
Don't you Cowboy fans know that you're not going to the Super Bowl every year?
Yes, I
See,
do know
you guys
that.
do it too.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for the reminder. But yeah, that's gonna conclude Boomer Bust for week 4, guys. Everybody in the chat that jumped in, we appreciate you guys. Casey, go ahead and take back over for our next segment. Go ahead.
Let's give it up for Daniel. Boomer Bust. That's like his segment. He's gonna be running that the rest of the season, guys. So
For Daniel's segment, I'm gonna say boom.
yeah,
because I
Daniel's
like
segment's a boom. I like it.
Hell yeah, brothers.
All right. Well, let's move on to our week 4 NFL game predictions. Probably my favorite segment every week. Actually, today my favorite segment is the giveaway segment because I'm giving away some free tickets.
Away.
But we'll get to that later.
Gotcha.
We'll do that last.
Give it away. Give it away. Give it away now.
All
Josh has a
right.
comment for you.
NFL game predictions. Josh, don't you Colts fans know you can't win in Jacksonville ever, Josh?
Wait, before you even get mad about that, you can't be mad about that. It
I was
doesn't
about
make
to
any
say that's a
sense.
good one.
You guys can't fucking win in Jacksonville. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Just remember, you played Jacksonville and the Colts this year. I hope the Jaguars stomp on you. I do. They stomped on us, so but we get another chance. You don't. All right. Was that needed?
It's
No, it
always needed,
wasn't.
Quincy. It's always needed.
All right, here we go. Week 4 game predictions. I guess I'll call this the game of the midweek because it's the Dolphins visiting the Bengals. The Bengals are favored by 4 points in this game. By the numbers, the Dolphins defied logic with their own win against the Bills to go 3-0. They also followed that up after they made an impossible comeback last week to take down the Ravens. There's bound to be some regression, and their blitzing defensive plays well into the hands of Joe Burrow, who got well passing last week. I think the Dolphins will get to Joe Burrow this week, though. But Daniel, I'll go to you. What's your take on this game here?
You said midweek at first, and I just had an aneurysm. I was like, what?
It's a Thursday night game, so that's why I said that.
figured
So,
that out after a
I was
couple
thinking
seconds.
fucking Wednesday. I was like, what? There's a game tomorrow?
That's why I was
by
like,
the way,
huh?
over under spreads, I'm gonna give them. So you guys don't ask me during the thing. Bengals favored by 4.
Spread.
Over under is 47.
I'm gonna ask you anyway. Who did I pick? Let me pull up my picks real quick. Go to somebody else real quick. Sorry.
I'll start. I got the Dolphins in this game. I think that the Dolphins will show up. They'll get to Joe Burrow because, like you said earlier, that offensive line is ace. So they didn't get better in the offseason. They're still terrible. I like the Dolphins. The Bengals are at home, but I think the Dolphins are going to pull it out and go 4-0. Also, take the Dolphins straight up. They're plus 170. I do like the over in this game, though, because I think both teams are going to score. Over 47.
Okay, I'm ready now. I wanted to make sure I have the same picks that I picked for the damn TikTok, because Lord knows if I got those backwards, fucking people would lose their shit. I'm actually taking the Bengals in this game with or without Tua, believe it or not. I do think that since his offensive line is figuring out just a little tiny bit with you said no sacks recorded last week, yeah?
I didn't see any sacks and any stats, so I'm going to say no sacks. I'm probably wrong, and probably all you fact checkers will come up and be, actually, he got sacked 8 times. But whatever.
8 times. Jesus Christ. But no, I mean, Tua should be in fucking concussion protocol. I'm upset that he's not. It's just not fair to the rest of the league. I hope the Players Association investigates that and puts him into it. They probably won't. Either way, I'm taking the Bengals here. They need to bounce back, and it's a must-win for them, I think. They're just not this bad, I don't think. Like we've been saying, their offensive line was supposed to get better, and so far they have proven that they've gotten worse. But I think a lot of that is going to have to do with coaching, and I think they're getting a lot of not practice in, but obviously you get practice and your reps in. But I don't know. I'm not sold that they're worse than they were last year. I just don't want to believe it, honestly. But good for picking up Lyle Collins and getting him out of Dallas, because God bless. But yeah, I'm taking the Bengals in this game Thursday night. Who's next?
I am going to go with the Dolphins winning this one. I told you guys last week if there was going to be one week that they were going to beat the Bills, it was going to be this time, and it happened. The Dolphins are looking strong, and I'm telling you that line's not going to be able to hold them back and keep Burrow safe enough for him to get a pass out there. So I see the Dolphins taking it easily.
Can't believe all of you people. They're going to be wearing the all white uniforms with those new sick white helmets.
That too.
And
They
you guys
can't
are
lose
picking
with
the
those.
Dolphins.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Because guess what? I am too. I just can't. I can't see Cincinnati
Joe-
winning with no offensive line.
Joe Burrow's gonna be so bloody. It's gonna be so red.
You're gonna have so much red on it now. Yeah, I agree with all you guys. The Dolphins are just on a different level this year, and Cincinnati can't protect their quarterback to save their lives. Even I'm gonna take the Dolphins straight up as well. I'll bet the over. It's gonna be a high scoring game, but the Dolphins should take this one pretty easily.
I'm waiting
Lone
for
wolf in
all the Bengal fans coming in after the Bengals win this game. You're like, oh, you didn't know shit. You don't know shit. Yeah, ready
Who
for
they?
you.
Who they?
Who day?
Today.
They exist outside of
to
Cincinnati.
the chat. Quee, was that needed? Oh, we already said that. They don't know their Super Bowl was yesterday. Josh says, bet we won't get shut out. Andrew corrects Quee going there with an IR instead of an ER. Liam, can't lose in those for real. I think that's what that is.
Hey,
But-
Joe Burrow's uniform might be orange by the end of the game, though, with all the blood. So,
Or green, because they won't be in the end zone.
uh,
Oof. All right. Next game here, we have the Chargers rolling into Houston to take on the Texans. The Chargers seemed out of sorts with Justin Herbert not fully healthy against the Jaguars. The Chargers are favored by 4.5 in this game. The over-under is 44.5. I probably wouldn't bet the over-under in this game because I don't know what's going to happen. The Chargers are probably pissed, though. And I don't know if Justin Herbert is 100%. So I do like the Chargers to win this game. I think they do cover as well. They cover the 4.5. They beat the Texans in Houston. But it wouldn't surprise me if Davis Mills started to ball out here and make this a game. So I like the Chargers. Give me them covering 4.5. Steven?
I would be surprised if. Sorry, I'm going to just jump in. I would be surprised if Davis Mills starts gunslinging. That guy is just not it. The Chargers fucking fluked last week, dude. There's no way that Jacksonville should have gone in there and won. Was it 24-0?
24. Well, at one point, yeah.
It's insane.
They won 38
You're
to
still
10.
trying to. It was 38-10 final.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's a fluke game in my opinion. It's just a mess all around, and one of those that you just can't climb out of. You just keep digging yourself deeper and deeper, and you just can't climb back out no matter what. We still don't know what the fuck is going on with Jacksonville either. So I mean, they might just be really good. But yeah, hopefully Justin Herbert is getting a little bit healthier this week. He still played last week. He didn't have a god awful game. He still put up I think 15 fantasy points. So I think the Chargers will be just fine, and I think the Texans are still the Texans, and they have not proved me otherwise. I mean, the only game. Do they have a win yet?
No,
The Texans,
they're
no.
0-2
Yeah.
2-1.
They're
The
also-
closest game they had was against the Colts in Week 1, and like
That
I
was a
keep
tie.
saying, Week 1 in the NFL is just a mess in itself. Everybody trying to figure out what they're doing. So I'm taking the Chargers in this game pretty big. I'm gonna ask you for the over under and spread.
It's
44.5.
they're favored by 4.5. Over unders. Don't remember because I went on to the next game. 44.5.
I wrote it down.
Thank you.
I'll take the Chargers covering the spread, but not the over. I'm gonna take the under on that because I don't think the Texans can score.
I mean,
Yeah,
you could ask the Colts fans about that.
Shut the fuck up.
there's a flea flicker. Okay.
We beat the Chiefs, okay?
Yeah, you guys needed that win.
Yeah, really bad. Anyways, going back to this game. Yeah, the Texans can't score, but Davis Mills, I mean, he might be a quarterback to watch out for in a couple of years. I mean, he's not doing pretty bad. I think at the start of last week, I don't know if he threw an interception, but at the start of last week, he and Mahomes were the only quarterbacks to not throw an interception yet this year. I don't know if he threw one against Chicago, but
Mahomes did.
well, yeah. Good job, Casey. You watched the game. But I just don't think that Texans offense can score at all. Honestly, the Chargers are a good team. They like you guys said, they had a fluke last week against Jacksonville. Justin Herbert wasn't 100%. He should be a lot better this week, and I think that they should be able to take care of business. I'm gonna take the under for the points, and I'll take LA covering the 4.5.
I am going to go with the Chargers as well. I mean, pretty straightforward pick. the Texans are a lot better than we expected them to be, but they're still not all there. I don't think they'll have enough to beat the Chargers. Over under at 44.
and a half.
And a half.
20.
That's
tough.
24-20.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm gonna go. I think they'll be able to hit 44 points between the two of them. I'm gonna go with the over on it. It's gonna be tough, but that's gonna be the toughest decision on this game. I'll
think
give them the
so.
over. I'm gonna give it to them. I believe in them.
All right. So everybody's giving their take on this game, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Let me go to the chat real quick. Monica, it probably will be. LOL. The Eagles are frauds. I disagree with you 100%. They are not.
Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan, and I disagree with that.
Eagles fan right below that. LOL. What?
What?
Start Burrow or Herbert? Burrow for sure. Herbert's hurt. Mike Evans, or Gabe Davis, or Cortland Sutton. Gabe Davis if he's healthy. Cortland Sutton. I'm sorry. Gabe Davis if he's healthy. Mike Evans if not. I mean, Cortland Sutton's a good play too. So all three of them are good plays. If you have to make a choice, play all three of them.
I'd say Mike Evans, honestly,
I'm all
'cause that's
in.
the only receiver they'll have.
All right. You guys ready for this next game?
Yeah.
Titans go into Indianapolis to face the Colts. The Colts are favored by 3.5. The over-under is 42.5. Derrick Henry got on track for the Titans last week to earn them their first win. Jonathan Taylor has been contained for a couple games, but the Colts were able to get a big win against Kansas City without him going off in week 2. The Titans are crumbling a bit up front, and their offensive line is inconsistent with the wide receivers as well. It's a break for the Colts, and I like the Colts this week. I like us to cover. I think we're going to win like 24-17 or something like that. If we don't, I'm going to be very upset. We should destroy the Titans. The Colts do not look, the Titans do not look good this year. Colts didn't look good the first couple games. I think they figured things out last week. They shut down Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. We need to figure out our offensive line, though. If we can figure that out, we'll be a threat. But I like the Colts. Like I said, Colts cover. I'd even take I'll take I'm doing 24-17. I'm taking the under, right? 42.5.
Taking the under.
Yeah, so I
By
got the
1
under
point.
in the points. Colts cover the 3.5 and beat the Titans.
I'm going to go with the Colts as well. I think the battle of struggles. I think the Colts are better suited for it. The Titans finally realized that they had a receiver one in Woods, and they finally started utilizing that last week, which came too late in the season. I know we're barely on week 4, but they should have realized that they had a receiver way before this. But I think they still have a lot of work to do. The Titans are not what they were last year. So I'm going to give it to the Colts.
Steven?
Yeah, I have the Colts taking this game, honestly. Casey kind of nailed it. Tennessee can't figure out themselves to save their lives. Indy did find themselves against Kansas City, but as Casey said last week, Indy shows up for games they shouldn't win, and then they don't show up for games they should win.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be a very messy game for Indy, and they can go 0-3 in the division, and that's going to be worst case scenario for Casey's team, which he would absolutely hate. But I think Indy will still win. I'm going to take the under. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game because both teams' offenses are not as good as they should be. So I'm going to take the under, but I'm going to have Indy covering the 3.5. I think they'll win by 4.
Oh, this game is so... Like, it should be an easy pick in the Colts, right? It's not. It's not an easy pick because, 1, the division rivalry, and 2, we don't know what the fuck the Colts are doing. They had a great game last week, beat out the Chiefs. Nobody thought that was going to happen. Like Steven said, that Casey said, the Colts win games that they're not supposed to, and they lose the games that they are supposed to win. It's just so stupid.
Every year, man. Every year. And it pisses me off.
That would piss me off, too.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Yeah. Dallas has had their fair share of that.
Like,
too,
fucking
don't
UTEP, they beat
Get
Boise
back to
State
the-
out of
back to the
nowhere.
Colts.
But anyway.
Back to the Colts.
worry. I'm going to take the Colts in this game because I don't believe in anything but Derrick Henry for the Titans. I think Derrick Henry might rack up a lot of yards and maybe a couple touchdowns. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Colts here. I'm gonna take them covering the spread. And for the defenses on these teams are not great, but the offenses aren't either. I think it's gonna be a ground and pound game between running backs, honestly, with Jonathan Taylor on one end and Derrick Henry on the other. So I think I'm gonna take the under 42.5. The Colts cover the spread. I'm gonna say like 17-4. No, that doesn't cover. 17-10 Colts.
I'll take it. I will say the Colts are giving up 77 yards a game rushing right now. So our rush defense, pretty good.
Yep. We shall see.
Yeah, we shall. That's why we play the games. Haha, got one in. All right, let's go to the chat real quick. Daniel, can you read the chat while I pull up the next game?
I want to jump back to Quincy and start Burrow or Herbert. Joe Burrow's offensive line might get decimated this week, and Justin Herbert played pretty well with his broken ribs last week too. I'm going to start Justin Herbert this week over that. Just personal preference. Monica says Colts dub in all caps! Exclamation point.
I like Monica.
Colts.
I like Monica.
And then JT has to break out, says Liam. Agreed. Josh says Colts can't play versus their division. Yeah, I'm kind of on board with it. Those division games are always tough for you guys. I mean, that's kind of the way in the NFL though with division games.
Oh,
He's going back.
it just
to
started
the
happening.
Eagles first round bounce. Watch that they are bums. The Giants
Quincy
will
is
not
high.
see the playoffs at all. So
Quincy is high.
good luck there, buddy. Andrew says cousin Tony is finally seeing the light. Josh then says 1-1-1. What light? And then Monica says it's never an easy pick with the Colts, unfortunately. ...
Like there's an easy pick anywhere in the NFL ever. Like, you
Anybody
think it
can
might
beat
be
anybody
easy,
in
but
any given week.
yeah. Andrew says Josh is not wrong. Josh is
Yeah,
always wrong,
unfortunately.
Andrew. Don't ever take his side. We don't like Josh.
Don't ever give Josh any credit. even
Don't
if
ever
he
give Josh
deserves it.
credit for anything. The next game, which could be the game of the week, we have the Buffalo Bills rolling into Baltimore to take on the Ravens. The Bills, like I said, statistically dominated the Dolphins with Josh Allen having another massive game. They ended up stopping themselves in critical situations that cost them the game. Like I said, you got to run out of bounds when there's 8 seconds left, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens melted down late against the Dolphins, or they would be 3-0 instead they give the way to Lamar Jackson. Also, I can't even read right now. My notes. The Ravens melted down late against the Dolphins, or they would be 3-0 instead. Give their way. Lamar Jackson also has sparkled as a pass and runner too. I'm just gonna cut that out. You know what? I'm just gonna stop reading. But this game should be really good.
Lord, dude.
I'm done
Words are
reading my
hard
notes.
today.
Buffalo is favored by 3 in this game. The over-under is 52. The over may hit in this game, guys. The over may hit, especially if Buffalo's secondary is not there. The game is in Baltimore. I do like Buffalo to cover the spread. I think they're going to win by more than 3. I think the Bills are going to be really pissed. Baltimore is a great team, though, and depending on how Lamar Jackson plays, and like you said, Daniel, they need to bring back the running game. We could see a shootout, but points are going to be scored. That's why I said boom for Andrews earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's definitely going to boom, but we'll see what happens. What do you guys think?
I am unfortunately taking the Ravens this week. Unfortunately, because they're in my division. Fuck them. But
Steelers fan.
I think the Bills just got knocked back. They realized that we can't beat them. They're human. Both offenses are really explosive. It's going to come down again to the defenses. Unfortunately, I see the Ravens defense being a little better than the Bills right now. Especially if the Ravens are able to play the way they played the Dolphins in the first half, they should be good to pull this one out. Just because of that, I think the Ravens should put up a good fight and they'll be able to win it. It'll be a really close game. Obviously, I don't have to cover the spread because I'm picking the Ravens. But I don't even know what the over-under is, but I'm going to pick over because
It's 52.
damn, these two people.
52.
52 right now.
Yeah, it'll be over.
That should come down as the week goes along. Who knows? It might go up.
Oh, yeah, who knows? I mean, oh god, yeah. I'm not gonna go with Tony's prediction. I'm gonna say the Bills. The Bills are gonna be angry they lost. But the question relies on their secondary. If they all come back, it should be an easier game for the Bills. If not, it's definitely going to be a really big shootout. But I think the Bills will win this game. 3 points. Oh god, for Buffalo. I oh, I don't know if they're going to cover. It's going to be a close game. What the heck? I'll say the Bills cover the 3 points and 52 points. I'll say over. Fuck it.
Fuck it. I
Fuck
love
it.
it. Sometimes you just got to do it. Fuck it.
Don't
Throw
look
the
back.
money out there. Boom.
Yeah. Fuck it.
You
I'll
win,
say
you
the
win.
over.
Yeah.
That's 26-26. I mean, that's not
Yeah.
I mean, that's doable in the NFL now.
It's very doable with both of these teams for sure. I'm on board with Casey and Steven on this wholeheartedly. Buffalo's going to be pissed off that they didn't win the game last week. Josh Allen has a fire lit under his ass, and he's going to fucking come out and throw for 400 passing yards. I hope Gabe Davis scores 2 to 3 touchdowns this week because he's on my fantasy team. This is an easy pick for me. Well, okay. Don't like get me wrong here. The Ravens could show up and compete. But I feel like the Ravens have to have everything go perfect. And Buffalo does not have to have everything go perfect for them to win still.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at on this. So for me, it's an easier pick just personally. I'm going to take the Bills covering the spread and easy over for me on that. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. Both of the defenses are not great. And I see a lot of high scoring or a lot of players reaching the end zone this week and a lot of scoring going on.
Yeah.
I just want to throw out there that every time you guys leave me as an odd man out, I end up winning that week.
But you've never pointed it out
You win.
before, so you're probably going to
Yeah.
lose.
Possibly. That's probably
You
it.
just jinxed yourself, you
Jinxed
fuck.
it.
All right, let's go to the chat real quick. Bills will win off their defense. Both offense will produce. I agree with that.
Josh Allen's about to run for 200 yards.
Liam, that could happen. That could happen for sure. He's going to run for 200 yards, rush for 6 touchdowns, and throw 4. So could you imagine 10 touchdowns in a game by one team in an NFL
No.
game? That'd be sick.
not gonna
That's not going to happen, but that'd be funny. Next game here, we have the Jets rolling into Tony's Steelers. Hang on. The Jets are 3-point underdogs to the Steelers. Steelers are favored by 3.5. Sorry, 3.5. The over-under is 40.5. I might like the under in this game because both offenses are poo-poo.
Poo-poo.
My biggest take on this game is it looks like the Steelers won't get one more shot at their old Ravens rival, Joe Flacco, because I think Zach Wilson's coming back this week, so we'll see what happens. But I think he's just expected to return for New York. But I don't know why the Steelers insist on sticking with Mitchell Trubisky over Kenny Pickett. They need to make way. I do think the Steelers will win this game because the Jets are just a terrible football team. I don't know if the Steelers cover, though. It's not a bet I would take, the 3.5 there. I think the Jets keep it closer, and the Jets may cover. But this is a game I'm staying away from. I'm not betting anything on it. But Tony, this is your team. Here we go.
You obviously know who I'm going to pick.
The Jets?
Obviously. Boswell's going to take us all the way to Super Bowl because he's the only one that could score these days. No, like you said, the Jets are just a terrible team. Yeah, we're not going to get to see Joe Flacco. Disappointing. Should have known if you picked him up, but we were going to pick up a veteran quarterback. He should have been the one to go to because, goddamn, Trubisky sucks. But they are playing at home, so hopefully all the booing will get Tomlin to finally decide to give Kenny a shot towards the third, fourth quarter. So that'll be great. But yeah, I picked the Steelers. They're 3-point underdogs.
3.5.
3.5. I don't see the Jets covering. What's the over under?
40.5.
40.5. That's a good number for this game.
Yeah, it is.
Damn, that's tight.
Yeah, but
I'm
that's
gonna
20
go-
points.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go over. Yeah, well, fuck it. Oh, let's go over.
Fuck it.
See, everybody, that's gonna be Steven's new slogan. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Over.
Fuck it over. You always take the over unless you think it's the under.
Obviously, that's
Okay.
how it works.
All right, good
God
advice for
bless.
Casey. You always take the over unless you think it's under.
Betting advice
Jesus
from Casey. I wouldn't take it, guys, seriously. but-
Never bet the even.
All right. Well, go ahead, Steven.
Yeah. The Jets. Jets. Yeah, they can't figure themselves out either. With a new quarterback, they could see some promise coming back in, but I just don't think so. Pittsburgh's defense, I think, is a lot better than, a lot better that they should be able to take control of this game pretty easily and not let the Jets score as much. That being said, the Steelers can't score either, so definitely taking the under for this game. But I think I'll have Pittsburgh cover. I think they'll win by 4. I think they'll win 21-17.
Okay. This is a strange game, as we have already decided altogether.
Might be a game worth watching.
Yeah, it might be.
I know Tony will be watching, but
Here's my thing. The Jets are not as bad as everyone thinks. And Zach Milton Wilson's coming back, baby. So you get rid of fucking Joe Flacco, who has not ever had any control of his arm and has always thrown the ball at 95 miles an hour. The two losses that the Jets have this season are to a very good Ravens team and a very good, and a good Bengals team. They should be very good, but it's the fucking Bengals. There's no way. The game that they did win, though, was against a decent Browns team. Browns. I put the Brands on the same level as the Steelers at this point. And I agree with Tony wholeheartedly in get the fuck out, Mitchell Trubisky. Just get him out. Like, he's Mitchell Trubisky has had years to prove himself with different teams, different coaches, and different situations. He hasn't in any of the situations. He just hasn't. It's unfortunate for him, but Mike Tomlin's got to know when to fucking pull the cord and just get him out and give the youngin a chance. So I think it's time for that. I am going to take the Steelers in this game because I have them on the same level as the Browns. And I don't know. This game could go either way, but I'm going to take the Steelers just because they're at home and I think that crowd gets behind them. And I mean, Tony, hopefully you get your boy in there at quarterback and get rid of Mitchell Trubisky because that can only help. For the over or for the spread, I'm going to keep it close. I'm going to take the Jets to cover the 3.5 and I'm going to take the under for this game.
So you're
I
agreeing
think
with
it'll
me.
be a low-scoring shootout between the teams because they don't have productive offenses. And yeah, I mean, it could be a good game to watch because they're evenly matched. Could also be a snooze fest because they both suck. So we'll see.
Well, there's our take on those teams there. Let's go back to the chat here.
Free
Monica,
Kenny.
hashtag free Kenny. And Liam's laughing at something I said, I think.
It was the 6 touchdowns.
That's it. Yeah, 6 touchdowns.
scoring 10
Six
fucking
rushing touchdowns with 200 yards. Could you imagine? Andrew, Pickett was a great pick, but they are not utilizing him. Exactly what we said, Andrew. I think they're trying to, I don't know what they're waiting for. They need to just throw him in there and get him some experience. Justin Herbert got in there because Tyrod Taylor got stabbed in his freaking lungs. So see what happens there.
So
All right.
what you're saying is I got to take a trip to.
Be sure to
Jesus
take a
Christ.
syringe. All right, next game here. We have the Broncos rolling into the Raiders. Last week, the Broncos played the most boring game probably in NFL history. And if you guys thought that game was boring, this one might. I don't think it's going to top it, but this one could be pretty boring. The Raiders are favored by 2.5 at home against these lowly Broncos. The over-under is 45.5. I like the under there because I don't think either team is going to score a lot. The Broncos defense, I will say, is for real. The Broncos defense is really good. Raiders need to figure some shit out because they're 0-3 right now. Like I said, I told y'all preseason, I am not a believer in this Raiders team, and they're proving it to me so far. 0-3. They haven't won any games. Everybody thought I was crazy. They said they were going to win over 14 games. I'm like, you're high. There's no way. This Raiders team is playing at home. They're going to be mad because they haven't won yet. They probably should have beat Tennessee last week, but Tennessee got a last-minute touchdown to seal the deal there. I think the Raiders are going to be... They got to fire up under their ass, and they're going to win. I think they're going to win this game. I think they cover the 2.5. I think they win by about 3. So I think this final... I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game at all. I think the end of this game is going to be like 17-14, 20-17, 20-14, something like that. But I like the Raiders to win. Give me the under 45.5. Raiders cover the 2.5.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. I mean, it's going to be a snooze fest, honestly. Broncos can't do anything on offense. The Raiders can, but the Broncos defense is just really good. So it's going to be a low-scoring game. I have the Raiders winning also. I think being at home will light a fire under their ass and have them win. They can't start 0-4. I just don't think they can do that. So I'm going to have the Raiders winning 2.5 points. I'm going to have them cover, but I'll take the under definitely.
I am going to agree with you guys and go with the Raiders winning. That is what you said, right? I'm sorry.
Correct.
We
We both said the same thing, essentially.
Yeah. Raiders are going to win it. They have their offensive game figured out way better than the scoreless Broncos, so it should be easy win for them. Just on that deficit alone, that they figured out how to score as to where the Broncos are still struggling.
Well, fuck. Now I have to pick the Broncos. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to. Fuck them. This game is another one. This is just like the last game we picked, the Jets and the Steelers. They're both mediocre ass teams. Casey, I'm sorry. I'll formally apologize. The Raiders fucking suck, okay? I thought they were going to be much better than this. They just have not proved themselves. Having said that, the fire is lit, and it's a big one. It's a big fire under their ass. And they need to fucking get it together, or there's no reason that they should start the season 0-3, let alone 0-4. Going back home to Vegas against a very mediocre Broncos team, which I was very skeptical about this Broncos team going into the season. Everybody was like, oh, they're going to win the division. Shut up. No, they're not. You got Russell Wilson. That's it. Who else you got? You got boring ass. Well, Cortland Sutton's all right.
Got a defense.
You got Jerry Jeudy. This is not. They're not a great team. They're a decent team, middle of the pack for sure. I'm taking the Raiders in this game at home, just because the biggest thing is that they can't go 0-4. It's a must-win game for them, or their season is chalked.
Yep.
I know it's a 17-game season, but if you start 0-4, you're basically climbing out of a fucking canyon at that point, and it's just not good. So yeah, I like the Raiders to win this game. I think it's going to be another close game. I think it's just going to be just like the Broncos and Niners last week, because the defense is going to keep the Broncos in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And neither of the teams can really score from what we've seen. So I'm going to take the Broncos covering the 2.5. It's a very close game. I think it'll be like a last-second field goal type game to take the lead. But I'm definitely taking the under on this game. I don't see a lot of scoring at all.
Either. I don't know. I don't even know how the over-under is that high. 49.5. That's a lot of points. The Cowboys and the Giants have better offenses than both of these teams, and they didn't score 49.5 points yesterday. So there you go. Anybody in the chat here? Indy versus Jacksonville 3-0, most boring game in history. Yeah, I agree, Andrew. That was a pretty boring game, but next game here, we got my favorite team to say, the Browns, going up to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. The Browns are favored by 1.5. The over-under in this game is 49.5. The Browns, believe it or not, should be 3-0. They should be a 3-0 team. They had that late meltdown against the Jets, which Browns, being the Browns, I cannot believe you guys lost that game with a minute left up by what you were. But you got to move on. They will go into Atlanta well rested and likely some traveling support from their dog pound. Roof, 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 roof. What the fuck you guys do? When Nick Chubb goes back to Georgia, the Falcons' run defense can prepare to get gashed. I think the Browns are going to win this game, and I think the Browns are going to win this game by more than 1.5. Give me the Browns to cover. The over-under is 49.5. I think the Falcons can score some points. I don't think the total points in the game goes to 49.5, though. Give me the under on that, but probably just barely. Probably low 40s. I think I see this game's going in. But give me the Browns, cover, under 49.5.
I honestly think this could be a shootout. I mean, it could very well be a shootout. Honestly, like you said, Cleveland is not as bad as they look on with their record. They should be 3-0. They melt down against the Jets. Was a big, I mean, that onside kick and then that blown coverage just completely blew the steam off that stadium. The Falcons are an up and coming team. As we said with the Boomer Bust, it can be a pretty fun game to watch. Honestly, I think the Browns will still hang on and win the game, but I think it's going to be high scoring. I think I'm going to take the over for this. Browns cover with the over. That's my pick for this game.
I like it.
Tony.
I'm going to go with the Browns as well, and I hate myself for doing it, but that run, their running game is insane. Kareem Hunt and God damn it, I forgot his name.
Nick Chubb.
And Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
And Chubb.
Sure, remember
Chubb,
his name.
they're
He put the
just
game
too
away against you guys
powerful.
last week.
Yeah, he did. But they're just, honestly, we were able to contain them, and then those 4th down situations where we kept on getting us. They're taking a lot of 4th down options, which is great on them because it's been working. It's been playing out for them. So I see the Browns playing a pretty good game against the Falcons, especially if they keep on going with that run situation they got going on because they have a double threat in the backfield. Yeah, pretty easy pick.
I'm in agreement with Steve. Well, I'm in agreement with all of you guys in taking the Browns. But I think Steven was pretty good in what he said with the shootout. I think this game's going to be a shootout because where are the defenses? You know, where are they? Not there. They don't exist.
Browns
So,
have a better defense for sure.
That's true, and that's why I'm taking Cleveland. I think, like you said, Casey, that they're gonna fucking run down the Falcons' throats, and I think Nick Chubb is gonna go off, and you have fucking what's his name, the other guy. Tony couldn't remember.
Kareem
First one, I
Hunt.
can't remember.
Kareem
Hunt. Jesus Christ. With Kareem Hunt to compliment Nick Chubb there. They're just going to run all over the Falcons. And the other side of the ball, I mean, Marcus Mariota is going to sling it. We had Drake London. I think we all had Drake London booming, right?
Booming.
Yeah.
That's
So I could very well see this game being a shootout. 49.5 isn't too high for this game, I don't think. Just because I think the offenses will produce. Taking the Browns to cover the spread of 1.5. I think they win by, I'm going to say a touchdown. I'm going to say they're going to win by a touchdown, maybe 10 points. So I'll have them cover that, and I'm definitely taking the over in this game at 49.5. That puts you at like a 25-27 game that covers. So I think they're going to be in the 30s. So I'll do that.
There we go. Let's go back to the chat real quick. Liam says Browns winning the Super Bowl. Hey,
Fucking
you know,
Browns.
if the Browns get not Baker Mayfield, he left. Deshaun Watson,
Oof.
when he comes back, if he's playing like the Deshaun Watson of old,
it could be scary.
that team is gonna be pretty scary. And I don't know. I mean, I got a lot of opinions about Deshaun Watson. I don't think he should be playing this year, but whatever, he's going to. But he comes back against the Texans, so that should be a game to watch too. So, Andrew, how do you guys feel about Mayfield? Well, I mean, I think he's a good quarterback, but
He's in a bad situation
he
now.
is. He's in a bad situation. He was in a bad. Well, he
There's
wasn't
no
really in a bad
receivers.
situation. They just kind of
He
fucked him
just-
over.
Yeah,
So-
they screwed him over.
Yeah, but that's our take on Mayfield. We'll get to their game later. Next game that could be sneaky good. We have the Jaguars rolling into Philadelphia. Believe it or not, the spread's pretty large. Philadelphia's favored by 6.5 in this game. The over/under is 48. This is the Doug Peterson revenge game. Returning to
It is.
Philadelphia. Let's see if he fares any better than Carson Wentz did in week 1. Or week 2, whenever they played. Peterson has his offense looking complete. The Jaguars destroyed my Colts this year, and I was shocked that we didn't even score a touchdown against the Jaguars. Like that's
Oh, field goal.
shocking. And this is a good defensive challenge for the Jaguars. The Jaguars defense is seeing some young players stand out early, but there are still enough issues to struggle on the road with the Eagles' balanced and explosive offense. Jalen Hurts is insane this year. He's gone into like God mode, which is crazy.
Yeah, he's going nuts. It's really
I
fucking annoying.
don't think the Eagles cover 6.5 though. If the Jaguars are the team they've shown us in the first couple weeks, I think that they'll cover the 6.5. I don't think they're beating the Eagles in Philadelphia. I think this is where the Jaguars come down to earth. I think it's a good game. Like, it could be a sneaky good game. But I like Philly in this game. I like them to win by 4 or 5. I think the Jaguars can cover. I'll take the over 48. Fuck it. Let's go. So that's what I'm going to take there. But if the Jaguars win this game, they're for real. That's the thing. If the Jaguars win this game, they shouldn't be 6 or more point dogs the rest of the year. I don't care who they're playing.
Yeah, I mean, that Philly offense and defense, they're scary. But the Jaguars have proved a lot of us wrong already this year. They already have 2 wins. I mean, I think most of us had them 4 or 5 wins this year.
Something like that. I think I had them at 6.
Yeah, I mean, they're already outperforming what we thought they would do.
They're already halfway
6.5. I'm already halfway there. 6.5 points is steep for a cover. This game is going to be good, and if Jacksonville can contain Jalen Hurts in the pocket and keep him from scrambling, I think Jacksonville will put up a really good fight. That's what's been hurting a lot of teams against Philly is Jalen Hurts has just been going off, both running and passing. And if they can control one, if they can keep him in the pocket and make him have to throw, which he's been historically inconsistent, they could pull this off and win and show the world that they're for real this year. That being said, I think the Eagles will still win. I think they're just a better team overall. I don't have Philly covering this game, and I think I'm gonna actually take the under in this 48 points. I think both defenses will play better than what people think, but it's going to be a good game.
So I have an Eagles win. I have them covering 40 to 48. Or I'm sorry, was it 48 over? That's a tough one. It would have to be a 28 to 20 score. I see it going over. Fuck it. But I'm telling you, Jalen Hurts is getting more and more comfortable, especially with that offense. He's figured out when to scramble and when to look up and find AJ. The Eagles are playing really good football, so I see them being able to beat the Jaguars very easily. But let's not take out of proportion that the Jaguars are doing a lot better than we expected them to. Even them losing this game, it won't diminish the fact that they could still show us that they're actually a force to be reckoned with this season, depending on how they're able to contain what score they're able to contain the Eagles to. So it's going to be a proving day for the Jaguars.
I'm very torn right now. I just don't know, because the Jaguars have proved everybody wrong, except for in week 1 when they lost to the Commanders. That was the real Jaguars that we know and love. But 24-0 to the Colts, 38-10 to the fucking Chargers.
I'm still
in
shocked.
LA.
I'm still shocked.
I don't know, man. And then this is a proving game for Doug Peterson, and going into Philly, the thing that gets me too is that Philly is part of the NFC East. And our division makes no fucking sense ever. I almost want to pick Jacksonville to win this game, but I'm going to go with the safer quote unquote pick, and I'm going to take Philly. I've said it plenty of times already, and I don't want to say it anymore, but Philly is the best team in the NFC East in the NFC right now. There's no denying it. Jalen Hurts is doing crazy things that everybody wanted him to do as soon as he got into the league. He's doing it now, guys. He's fucking doing it now, and it sucks ass. But this is a very tough game to pick because Jacksonville has proved themselves so well so far. I do think, though, this is just my personal thoughts, I think Jacksonville gets grounded hard this week in a very, very tough Philadelphia team. I'm taking Philly to cover the 6.5 spread. And I think I'm going to take the under just because I don't think Jacksonville is going to put up a lot of points on Philly's defense. Their defense has just been lights out lately. I should have played their defense last week in fucking fantasy. They had 18 points. I left Dallas's defense in, but they won me the week, so it's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. So I'm taking Philly to cover the 6.5, and I'm taking the under. Give me Philly like 28-3.
Oh,
No. Give it 28-7. I'll give Jacksonville a touchdown.
28-7.
But I think Jacksonville is getting grounded hard this week.
So this is your blowout of the week.
Yeah. I could be wrong though.
Could be wrong. We'll see. That's why we play the games.
Sure.
Monica in the chat. This will be a great game. I agree. And she says, but I got Philly. I got Philly too. For our Colts' sake. Philly, pull out a win. Andrew, it's Jalen Hurts season. And then you got Mike in the chat going 28-20 Eagles. He is a believer in the Jaguars a little bit.
And
All
it's
right.
even on the over under there too.
Yeah.
Gonna be 42-7. My over.
42-7. Holy crap. All right. Next game here. This is my blowout of the week, and I'll explain why. You have the Packers rolling into New England. Actually, you have New
That
England.
game's in Green Bay.
You have New England rolling into Green Bay. Sorry, guys. I rolled that around. New England rolling into Green Bay. The Packers are favored by 10 in this game.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It's a big spread. The over-under is 40.5. I like the under in this game, but the Packers are rolling with the ideal offense, defense complement, and football here, and they played a good game against Tampa Bay last week and got the win on the road. Here's where things start to differ. Mac Jones is hurt. He's not playing.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots will need to hope that Brian Hoyer, who is filling in for Mac Jones, can dig deep and find something more in the passing game while being run heavy. That won't work well on the road in Lambeau Field in their current dysfunctional offense that they got right now. I like the Packers big in this game. I like them. I'll bet the 10 on the Packers. I think they're going to blow the Patriots out of the water in this game. I like the under 40.5 because I don't think the Patriots are going to score. So I think they'll score some points, but that's not going to be a lot. Give me the Packers big. My blowout of the week.
Yeah, that's the Patriots are just in shambles right now without Mac Jones. I mean, not that they were doing well with him anyway, but that definitely does hurt their offense, even though they have a boring offense. The Packers are finding themselves, I think. They've gone 2 straight wins in a row. Granted, they haven't been pretty, but they've won 2 games in a row. That's all that matters in the NFL. So I have the Packers winning, especially in Lambeau. Patriots are just not the same Patriots that we all grew up with. So, which is nice to see, honestly. So Packers winning big. I'll take the under definitely, but yeah.
I'm going to pick the Packers as well. The Patriots are going to be struggling without Mac Jones. I mean, Casey hit it spot on. The 10-point deficit. I don't know if it'll be a blowout, like an insane blowout, but I see them covering that 10-point deficit. What did you say the over-under was?
The over-under in this game is 40.5.
I'm going to go under.
I don't think the Patriots can score.
Packers will score. The Patriots will not.
Yeah. I wanted to defend the Patriots here a little bit with the spread, but you got Brian Hoyer as your quarterback, so
That's what when I saw that, I was like, blowout of the week. Boom.
yeah,
Done.
Here's the thing that I'll say over and over again: the fucking NFL, man. It's just you never know for sure. I'm on board though. Fuck it, I'm on board. I'm taking Green Bay regardless. That was my pick initially. But for this 10-point spread, I'll take it. I just don't. I'm in agreement with you, Casey. I don't see New England scoring with that bogus ass offense, and especially in Lambeau, it's gonna be loud as fuck. And they're coming off a good win against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's a tough ass team. Tom Brady was pissed last week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the whole team was pissed, but
The Packers really have to fuck up to lose this game.
yeah, that's
Like
the
they
thing.
really have to fuck up.
I don't think the Packers are going to score a lot. So I'll say like 21-3 Packers. I think that's where I'm going with that. 21-3 Packers.
Perfect. Anybody in the chat?
No.
No. All right,
No.
let's
Not for
move
this
on.
boring ass game.
Yeah, right. Sorry we had to talk about that, guys. Sorry to put you through that. Let's go to a more exciting game. Could be the game of the week. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, who are supposed to roll into Tampa Bay, but they might play at a neutral site because of the hurricane coming in. Right now, Kansas City is favored by 2. The over-under in this game is 45.5. This should be a great game. Patrick Mahomes and these Chiefs couldn't get much of anything going against a very similar Todd Bowles-led Buccaneers defense in Super Bowl 55. The Buccaneers have their share of offensive issues around Tom Brady tied to injuries. They do get Mike Evans back this week, I believe, though, from his one-game suspension, so they'll be fine there. He gets another weapon. Kansas City will see more of a compressed passing game again, while Tampa sees some expansion to how it usually has operated with Tom Brady. I like the Chiefs in this game. I think the Colts pissed off Kansas City last week. So I think the Chiefs bounce back. Tampa Bay is kind of on a high from Tampa Bay lost last week. Tampa Bay is going to be pissed too, but I know you say never bet against Tom Brady, but I'm going to bet against Tom Brady. I like the Chiefs. I think they cover the 2. Give me the over 45.5 because I think both teams are going to put up some points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Steven?
about that. I mean, the Tampa Bay struggled to score any points besides against New Orleans when they just went off in that fourth quarter. But New Orleans hasn't been as good as we thought they were going to be, just in general. But this being a neutral site game can affect a lot, as we saw last year with the Saints and the Packers when the Saints got relocated for a week. But it's opposite this time. I think the Chiefs will still pull this off. I think they're going to be more mad than the Bucs will be. Yes, the Bucs are getting Mike Evans back, but I just don't think it's enough to keep up with the Chiefs. I have the Chiefs covering, and I'm actually going to take the under in this game. I just don't think Tampa Bay will be able to score as much. And Tampa's defense is actually really good. They haven't given up more than 20 points this whole season. So it's going to be a tight game. So I'll take the under definitely for the spread.
I'm going to go Chiefs as well. I think they just had an off week. And in terms of the offensive side on its own, the Colts were able to contain them really very well. So I think the Chiefs will be back, especially with a struggling Buccaneers team. So they should be back on track with it. Tom Brady also has a lot of stuff going on in his personal life, which is distracting him from the game. With Mike Evans coming back, though, that should help him, but not enough to beat the Chiefs. I just need the Chiefs' run defense to suck. That'd be great. If they could do that, and if Patrick Mahomes could figure out that he has other receivers outside, that'd be a great help. But should be a routine win for the Chiefs. They're a really explosive offense. What did you say the over/under was?
45.5.
Yep.
I see it going over just because they're such an explosive team, and I know Tom Brady's going to find a way to find that end zone. No matter how much they're struggling, he always finds a way to get in there.
He hasn't done anything for me all fantasy season.
But yes, I have the Chiefs Bucks going over. What's the spread?
2.
Kansas City by 2.
Nah, it's gonna be a way bigger deficit than that. I don't see the Bucks being able to cover that.
For me, I think this game is going to be more pissed off because the Chiefs had no business getting blown out. Or that wasn't a blowout game. That was a close game. Losing to the Colts in general. And Tampa Bay, I mean, shouldn't have really lost either in Tampa like that. Neutral site going to be a big factor for sure. If they do play in Tennessee, there's going to be a lot more Kansas City fans there than there would be in Tampa Bay. I think if they move it to Tennessee, Kansas City will have home field advantage. I think this game is going to be whatever defense steps up more. the offenses will produce. You have Tom Brady, Leonard Fournette, Mike Evans back for Tampa. And then, I mean, the Chiefs, I don't even have to say it. We know their offense. Their offense is just, Patrick Mahomes back there, Travis Kelce, the whole shebang. So I think the defenses are going to be the biggest factor in this game. Who's can hold on the longest? I think it'll be a low-scoring game because that's what the Bucs like to do. They like to play boring games, apparently. So I am going to go with a 1-point game for the Chiefs, under 45.5.
Perfect. All right, Tiffany's in the chat now. Tiffany says Brady totally distracted with all the personal issues, and he was the life of the team. Yes, I agree. Tiff here. Andrew fell asleep. Rip
Good night,
Andrew.
Good night.
Good night, Andrew. All right. Next game here. Me and Daniel have been getting a lot of shit for on TikTok. The Minnesota Vikings are not rolling into New Orleans because they're playing this game in London, as all you TikTok people have to make us figure out.
Make us fucking aware. God,
Yeah,
bless,
my
it's so
gosh.
annoying. We get it. You're correct.
We
God.
get it. They're in London. Gonna have some tea and crumpets. All
It's
right.
literally all of the comments on our picks this week.
Yeah.
Didn't you know
it's
they're playing in London?
nothing about
they're
the
playing in
picks?
London.
They're playing in London. Hey, Daniel, did you know they're playing in London?
I didn't know that, dude.
All right.
Thanks
Hey,
for letting me know.
Hey, they're playing in London. They're playing at the
Yeah.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Look, I even named the stadium. It's not Wembley Field or Wembley Stadium. It's Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Some soccer team over there. I don't know. And yes, it's soccer.
Really?
It's
Really?
Not, it's not football.
You know-
Sorry, Tony. Not all of us are like inclined to watch soccer because it's called soccer, not football. All right.
Damn.
Anywho,
Christ.
Minnesota Vikings rolling into Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to take on the New Orleans Saints. Minnesota is favored by 3 in this game. The over-under is 43.5. Minnesota is still trying to figure out its offensive identity under Kevin O'Connell. I wouldn't say they really got on track versus the Lions because they survived versus the Lions last week. They can have more success on the ground with or without Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook's going to be hurt this week, I think. So if you have Alexander Madison, prepare to fire him up. The Saints are all over the place in trying to figure out a balance in explosiveness with Jameis Winston, and will come up in hurting more with the key offensive injuries. I picked the Saints originally. I'm changing that pick. I like the Vikings in this game.
Ooh, no balls.
I think the Vikings are going to win this game. I should not have picked the Saints. Like I said, we made those picks at like 1 a.m. last night. I just got off a plane from Indy. Me and Daniel jumped on. We were tired as fuck, okay?
I'm not changing any of my picks,
Yeah,
bitch.
I'm changing that one because that was a stupid pick. That was a stupid pick.
We'll see.
Minnesota is winning this game. Minnesota is covering the 3. I like the under 43.5 though. I don't think both teams can score over 43.5 points. The Saints especially. But Minnesota, that's my pick.
The chat
gonna-
would like to. Oh, sorry. The chat would like to remind you guys that the game's in London.
Oh, hey.
Thanks, guys.
Monica
I wasn't
goes,
aware.
London, isn't it? Liam, I
You
heard
sound like
something
you're
about
from
this game
London.
being played in London. Hey, Liam, thanks for letting me know it's in London, man. I didn't know.
Appreciate it, man. Good looking out.
Yeah. Man, this might affect my pick, guys. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Gosh, I changed
Looks
my
like the
pick.
Casey's.
The case,
Yeah.
All right.
It changed mine.
They got
So-
through to him.
I should have picked the Vikings from the get-go, though. The Vikings are going to win this game.
Yeah.
ahead,
Yeah,
Steven.
I have to agree with Casey. I have the Vikings winning this game. New Orleans hasn't been able to do anything this year other than barely squeak by the Falcons the last second of the first game. Other than that, they've just been utterly discombobulated on offense. Their defense is okay, but they're just not the defense we thought they were going to be earlier this year. I just don't see them scoring enough points to beat the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings at least have Justin Jefferson. They have Dalvin Cook. I know he's hurt, but they have Dalvin Cook. They have Kirk Cousins. I mean, they're a pretty rounded team, and they have a pretty decent defense. So I have the Vikings winning. Covering the 3 points, I think they'll cover, and I'll take the under for this game. So give me the Vikings.
I'm going to go Vikings as well, and it's because of an external factor that you guys probably overlooked, is that they're playing in London. Because of this, I think the Vikings are going to have a pretty good game out there. It's a different time zone in case you didn't know either. So they're going to be winning. The Saints are struggling too much for me to be able to go with them, especially in London.
Ah,
But yeah, I see them going under as well. They're not very high scoring offenses this season, unfortunately for both teams, and I see them covering. So I agree with you all.
Guys, in case you're wondering, this is the first international game of the season.
And it's in London.
It's in London. We're having a couple this year. Are they still playing in Mexico City later?
I don't
yes,
know.
in November they're playing.
The
someone's
Niners are
playing.
going there, I think.
Yes.
Also, next week we got another international game. I forget where they're playing. I think it's Munich.
But this is the first international game in London.
Yes.
Yes.
Just in case anyone was still wondering.
Mhm, yeah.
All right. Anyway, moving on. Let's go. I'm just kidding. The Saints Vikings in London. I am lone wolfing here, fellas. I'm taking the Saints. I'm sticking with them. I mean, the Vikings are favored by 3 right now. I think it'll be a tight game. I don't know. The Vikings, they looked good to start the season and they fell right back into their old ways real quick. So I'm taking Jameis with his fractured ass ribs to lead the Saints to a victory in London over the Minnesota Vikings. I'm gonna take the Saints. Obviously, they cover the spread because they are not favored. I think I want to take the over as well. 43 points leaves you at a 24 to 20 game, 43 and a half. I think that's going to be the score. 24 to 20. New Orleans in London over the Vikings.
New Orleans in London.
New Orleans.
Chat, I love you. This is great. London, isn't it?
Do you know the Queen died?
Oh,
Rest in peace.
rip. Sorry.
All
All
right,
right.
they're playing football there this week, so it's fun.
Yeah.
Sorry,
In
American
London?
football.
Yeah. Not football. All right. Next game here. We have the Washington Commanders rolling into AT&T Stadium here in Dallas, where Steven and I reside. The Commanders are an absolute defensive mess under Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio. They cannot stop anything versus the run or pass and are very undisciplined in giving up big plays. The Cowboys are methodical and creative offensively without Dak Prescott, as Cooper Rush and the running game are set up well to produce here. Then Micah Parsons and the Dallas defense will take care of the rest by taking it to Wentz. The over-under in this game, the Cowboys are favored by 3. That should be higher.
Yeah.
Sorry, not the over-under. The spread is 3. The over-under is 42.5. I like the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys big at home over the Commanders. My final score prediction for this one's like 24-10, 24-12, something like that. But
I hope so. That'd
yeah.
be fun.
I think the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys big in this game. Give me the over in the points though. Give me the over. I'm sorry. Give me the under in the. I can't fucking talk today. Give me the under in the points.
There it is.
There it is.
There's
There
the
it
one
goes.
for the week.
And the Cowboys cover the spread. Cowboys cover.
So you
the spread.
taking 24 to 10 in the score?
Yeah, 24-10 is gonna be the final score.
Cool. Steven?
Yeah, I mean, here's hoping that Dallas can finally blow out the team this week. It's at home, big game, division game, always fun. Washington is reeling right now. I just don't see them putting up much of a fight, honestly, this week. Micah Parsons can probably go for 2 or 3 sacks this week, which will be fun to watch. Yeah, Cowboys winning big, covering. I have the under definitely. I don't think Washington will be able to score much. Cowboys actually haven't given up more than 20 points a game either, defensively. So I mean, their defense is doing pretty well. So we got some bots in the chat.
Yeah, I
That was
got it
great.
taken care of.
I
Don't worry.
saw that. Yeah, sexy girls.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
we're getting famous. We got bots in the chat, guys.
We had a whole 2 bots.
We're making it. That's when you know you're doing well in life, is when you get all these bots.
You
Stay
start
off
getting
our
porn
stream.
Yeah, but anyways, going back to the game, Cowboys winning big. Should be a fun game to watch. I'm excited.
I hate to do it, but I'm gonna agree with you guys.
Tony's
He
picked the
did. He's picking the
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
He's
Let's
doing
go.
it.
He did.
There's still time to change it. I haven't
No.
said it yet.
No.
I can't bring myself to it. God damn.
You can
this
be
hurts.
alone and pick the Commanders.
Ah,
But
Just
you won't
say
be in
no,
first
I'm
place
already-
anymore.
yeah. God damn it. I'm gonna have to go with them. The Commanders are just struggling too much for me to be able to pick them. I fucking hate it. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys for the win. Casey had a pretty good prediction on the score, 24-10. So that should be an easy win for them. If they somehow end up losing, then that's gonna be worse. That's
Wouldn't
gonna
surprise
go
me, honestly.
bad. That's gonna go bad for you guys on Monday. Obviously.
Yeah. Good old Dallas.
Especially at
Grant-
home, they just have home
Oh.
field. Like they're the better team out of the two, and with them having home field advantage, that just helps. It helps solidify the pick.
I want to say something about the Dallas home crowd real quick. Y'all fucking suck. That game last year against the Niners was fucking bogus. I was so upset with the entire fan base during that game. It was so annoying. Because they're so reactive to things, and they just, like, if the team starts doing bad, they don't get them back into it. They just give up. A lot of it has to do with fucking Jerry getting all those wealthy ass people down there that aren't Cowboys fans into the good seats. Anyway, the Commanders and the Cowboys this week, the division games, man, they scare me. They really do. I don't care who it is in our division. They always find a way to keep it close. Except last year when we fucked up the Eagles both games. However, I think after last week, Carson Wentz got just obliterated by Philly's defense. I think they had over 7 sacks. I think it was close to 9, I want to say. It was a lot. It was way too much. I think Dallas's pass rush is better than Philly's. So Carson Wentz is going to get eaten up this week. The Commanders, I don't think will be able to score a lot, at least. And I think Cooper Rush is about equivalent to Carson Wentz at this point. I think Cooper Rush has proven himself really well, being 3-0 as a starter in the NFL somehow. Good for him. I love to see it. Casey, like you said, they're finding creative ways to use Cooper Rush and the running offense. Zeke even had a couple plays last week that just threw me right back to 2016 Zeke, man. It looked so good. Made me really fucking happy. So I'm going to take Dallas pretty big in this game. I think I'm going to take them bigger than you guys. It might be a Cowboys bias. Might not.
It is.
I'm going to take them 35-10 to push the over. Go Cowboys.
The Eagles had 9 sacks, by the way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back to the chat. Wentz going for 10 sacks, Monica. He might. It might happen. Tiffany, Jack Del Rio is not a winner. No, he is not. He definitely is not. We got a few more games left. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4 more games here. And then we pick a winner for tickets. So let's
Tickets, please.
do this. Seahawks rolling into Detroit. The Seahawks, for me, actually, so Seahawks are 4.5-point underdogs. The Lions are favored by 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
The over-under is 50. Do you guys think both of these teams
Seattle is the
put
problem.
up 50 points in this game?
No.
I mean, Detroit can put up 35, but I mean,
Yeah. I
Seattle.
Seattle.
Gino will be able to match it.
Here's the thing. Seattle can stay in this game with Geno Smith throwing to their wide receivers, given issues in the Detroit secondary. Detroit has some secondary issues right now. That will only happen for a little while, as Jared Goff and his weapons will see wide open spaces in coverage, and the Lions have proved they can pound the ball and run well on anyone. I like the Lions in this game. My mom is a huge Lions fan, so shout out to my mother. She's been a Lions fan from day one. We're going to the Lions-Cowboys game in a couple of weeks. Lions win. Lions cover the 4.5.
Yeah.
I don't think 50 points get scored in this game, though. I'm going to take the under on the 50.
Yeah, I mean, Detroit's looking up. I have to agree. I think the Lions will pull this off. Seattle's been they've been okay this year. I mean, they haven't struck us by any means necessary, other than the Bronco game. But then we found out the Broncos just suck. So there's that. But the Lions are at home. They should have a nice big home field advantage. They're excited. They're seeing an actual good team this year. So give me Detroit covering. I have to agree. I don't think 50 points are going to get scored. I'll take the under.
Detroit is playing some really good football this year, a lot better than any of us expected. I don't think Gino will be able to match that kind of capacity of football. So I see the Lions winning it. We're gonna go with the under as well, and Detroit will be able to cover. So we're all in consensus there. See
Not
where
all of
Daniel
us.
goes. See where Daniel
Not all.
goes.
Not all of us.
Daniel doesn't pick from us, so
Nah, I'm just fucking kidding. The Lions are gonna win this game easy. There's no question for me here. Now that I said it, though, they'll probably get creamed somehow.
Because we're all picking them, they're going to lose.
Yeah, probably. No, but I think Geno Smith and the Seattle offense will hang in the game a little bit. Aiden Hutchinson's going to be a big problem for Geno, though, and that offensive line. A boy, go blue, has been just great. He honestly, okay. I talked about it at the beginning of the season. There was a scene from Hard Knocks. That was the Lions were on Hard Knocks this season. HBO, go check it out. Whatever. There was a clip of Aiden Hutchinson getting like initiated into the Lions in the film room, dancing to like I think he was singing and dancing to I think it was Billie Jean by Michael Jackson.
I think I saw that video.
Great video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's hilarious. I think Aiden Hutchinson is part of the new life in the Lions because that guy is he's just a born winner, man. He knows how to do it. He has the right mentality, and I think he's what's rubbing off on the Lions so much. A lot of football is in your mentality, and just it's like that Mamba mentality that you're just gonna go in and you're gonna stomp people's fucking faces in, and there's no other way. You're just not gonna lose because the feeling of loss sucks. And I think that's embedded in Aiden Hutchinson. I think the defense is gonna contain Seattle very well this week. I have an exact score for this game. I'm taking the Lions 35-17 just to push it over. I think Seattle's offense is decent, and I think they will score a couple points. So I'm taking 35-17 Detroit. So that puts over, and the Lions cover.
Love it. Everyone's on the Lions. Tiffany, go Lions for Debbie, my mother. I think Seahawks will win big. I hope the Lions do. But I hope the Lions do. So Tiffany is on the Seahawks, but she hopes the Lions are the ones that win big. Let's cut through some more games here. We got, I think, 3 left?
3 more. Yeah.
3 more. The Bears going in to New York. The Bears are 3-point underdogs to the Giants. The over-under is 39. The Giants just hit that with the Cowboys this last week, 39 points. I think the Giants bounce back here and get a win over the lowly Bears. The Bears just are not they haven't really shown that they're a good football team at all this year. I know they just beat the Texans, but they won by 3. They did something my Colts couldn't do, beat the Texans. So there's that. But I like the Giants here. I think it's a good bounce back week for them. They'll win at home. I even think they cover the 3. As far as the over-under, I'm not touching it. 39 seems like a pretty good number for me. So if I had to pick one, I'd pick over. But my bet in this game would be Giants -3.
This game was a little tough for me, but I think the way New York's playing, they're playing with confidence this year, which is doing well for them. They had the lead against the Cowboys last night, and Cooper Rush decided to say "fuck that," and and CeeDee Lamb decided to say "fuck that" too. But the Giants, I think, are a lot better than we thought they were going to be also this year. I have them winning. I'll have them covering as well. I think they should win by a touchdown at least. 39 points. I just don't see the Bears scoring that much. I think the Giants' defense is a lot better than what people give them. And I think I'm gonna take the under for that.
What do you got, Tony?
I'm gonna go with the Giants as well. I think out of the two teams, the Giants are playing better football than the Bears. The Bears have a ways to go. They're trending in a positive direction, but the Giants should be bouncing back from their hard loss last night. Um, I'm gonna go with the over. I believe both offenses can score more than 39 points combined. And I see the Giants covering.
I'm on board with you guys in the Giants. The only thing that I'm questioning right now is the Giants don't really have anyone to throw to. They just lost Sterling Shepard to an ACL tear. You never want to see that for anybody in the NFL. Doesn't matter what
Especially
team they're on.
non-contact.
Yeah, especially with no contact. ACL was just like, fuck you, I'm going to snap now. So, I mean, that really sucks for them. I think it's going to be just a run-oriented game. Like you guys said, the Bears haven't shown us anything this year, and the games that they have won, they were close, and they were boring, and they were low-scoring. Bars. So I'm going to take the Giants here. I'm going to take them to cover the 3 because I have more faith in Saquon Barkley than I do the Bears. Defense. This is a weird over-under too because I could very well see this game being like 2019 and just hitting even. You know what I mean? So if I had to pick, I'm going to take the under just because these teams don't produce a lot. So I'm going to take the under, but I'll take the Giants to cover the 3. Let's say like a low-scoring 16-10 game.
Perfect. All right, we got 2 more games, guys. 2 more. We'll power through these real quick. Cardinals rolling into Charlotte to take on the Panthers. Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield both won Heisman trophies playing quarterback for Oklahoma, and also both of them went number 1 overall in their respective NFL drafts. Unfortunately, neither QB is playing up to their team's expectations. Murray versus his massive new contract, and Mayfield versus his supposed savior status. Murray needs to take offensive matters more into his own hands, or Arizona's in danger of a free fall and falling out of playoff contention. The defense has just started to play better, and it's time for him to respond. And here he should get plenty of support from James Conner and the traditional running game. I like the Cardinals to win this game. The Cardinals, believe it or not, are not favored in this game. The Panthers are favored by 2. The over-under is 42.5. I like the over in this game. I think both teams will be able to score.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet the Cardinals +2. I would take them straight up. They're +105. So I like the Cardinals to win this game. +105. Get that bet now before the lines change, because by the end of the week, the Cardinals are going to be favored in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, I don't see Arizona losing this game. Yes, they're in Carolina, but I just honestly don't see Arizona losing this game. I mean, Kyler Murray should go off in this game. He can run, he can pass. I think he's going to go off crazy. Give me the. I was going to say the Coyotes. Jesus Christ! Give me the Cardinals. Straight up. It's because the Stars are playing the Coyotes today.
He was in hockey mode already.
Got his Stars flag in the back too. So
they're playing the Coyotes today. It threw me off. Give me the Cardinals straight up. 42.5. I think I like the over on that. The Cardinals can score. Carolina can definitely score as well. So give me some offense. Give me that over.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals as well for my pick. I'm gonna agree with Steven. The Cardinals can score, so I'm gonna go with the over on it. I think the Panthers have a little bit too much going on with a Mayfield situation for them to be able to focus on winning. So as long as Kyler could stay away from some video games for a second, they'll have a good game, good Sunday for him.
The beta's closed. It's okay.
Yeah, the Call of Duty beta is over. The game doesn't come out for another couple weeks, so he's got some time. And in that time, I think Kyler Murray will perform. I normally have a lot of faith in Kyler Murray. I really like him as a quarterback. I like that he came into the league and everybody was counting him out because of his height and his size. And he's proved a lot of people wrong. He's a really good quarterback, in my opinion. I'm not gonna throw him up there with like top 5, but he's definitely a good quarterback, and he can definitely produce for his team and make things happen in key situations. I think it might take some of those key situations this week because both of these teams are not too great. I think it will be a offensive. I guess you could say a shootout because I don't think either of the defenses will really contain each other. So I mean, I don't know why Carolina's favored in this game though. That's kind of weird to me.
That line will shift by the end of the week. They won't be favored by the time it kicks off.
That's a weird money or spread to bet on right now. So
It could be just the home field.
So even
yeah, they were like, well, we don't know who the fuck to pick, so just give it to Carolina.
Okay.
Fuck it.
even Monica in the chat, she's like, Panthers favored? Damn. Get to the window now, guys. Get to the window now.
They could win. Carolina has not been playing as bad as like people were thinking this year. I mean, Baker hasn't been performing as well as we thought he was going to. Christian McCaffrey's kind of back though, just a little bit. Back being he's not hurt. So I am going to agree with you guys with the Cardinals. We are all in agreement here. Cardinals away. Cardinals cover the 2. Obviously, they're not favored right now. And I'll take the over as well. I'll take over 42.5. I'll do. Let me get a score. Let's say 30-27 Cardinals.
Going back to the betting aspect, you wouldn't even take them +2 because you have to bet $110 to win $100. Take them straight up. You bet $100, you win $105. So better bet to take. So There you go. Like I said, as of right now, that's what it is. Probably by tomorrow, that's going to shift. I don't think it's going to stay like that at all. All right. Last game before the giveaway. Last game to go over Monday Night Football. You have an NFC West showdown. The Rams are traveling to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. The 49ers currently are favored by 2 in this game. The over-under is 41.5. The Rams and 49ers are getting shaky quarterback play as Matthew Stafford is coming off a right elbow injury and Jimmy Garoppolo is operating post-right shoulder surgery. This should be a typical grudge match. I think both teams are going to play well. It's going to come down to whose defense shows up first because I think both teams can score on each other as well. I mean, it's like you said, the division rivalries are always scary games for anybody that's playing in them. 49ers are favored. I like the Rams in this game. I like the Rams. I'd take them straight up. They're +110. 2-point dogs right now. That could shift as well, but the Niners do have a good defense. I think the Rams have a better defense. I like the Rams. Take them straight up. Over-under is 41.5. I'll take the over on that too.
Yeah, it's the first rematch since the NFC Championship game last year, so should be fun. But this time it's in San Francisco. I don't know. The 49ers are struggling, I think, a little bit on offense. The Rams are too. I mean, the Rams haven't been performing as well as we thought they should be this year. I mean, they lost to the Bills. They got blown out by the Bills. They almost lost to Atlanta, and they put 20 points up against Arizona. Their offense hasn't been producing well. Both defenses are really good, so this could be a very low-scoring game, honestly, to me. I'm going to take the under definitely for this one. 41.5 points right now. That's low, but I think that's still a little high for this game. But I do have the Rams winning, so I'll take the Rams straight up.
I'm going to agree with you guys and go with the Rams. Jimmy G's just struggling too much for me to be able to pick the Niners. That offense isn't what it's been in the past years, so the Rams are not what they were last year, but they're still the better team overall. What did you say the over-under was?
41.5.
41.5. They're both explosive enough to be able to go over that. Yeah, I see a pretty easy win for the Rams, though. That it's going to come down to who could not cause a safety and run on that end zone line. That's what it's going to come down to.
Fucking Jimmy G, dude.
He won't do that again.
Never again will he do that.
Someone was like, he was the first quarterback to score a safety and a pick six in the same play.
I bet.
Lord. Well, fellas, this might shock you, but I'm lone wolfing it again. I am taking the Niners in this game. Casey, you mentioned it when you started your spiel. Division rivalries, baby. This is one of those divisions where the games are always close. Doesn't matter what team you're playing, the games are always tight as fuck. I think this is going to be a low-ass scoring game, and it's going to be a defensive shootout. I think it might be kind of boring, honestly, but people who enjoy like the entire aspect of football and enjoy good defenses will enjoy the game. Most people won't. I'm going to say this game's going to be very close. I don't know if I want to stay in single digits, so I'm definitely taking the under on the 41.5. And I want to go like 13-10 Niners. I think it's going to be really low scoring. I think the defensive lines are going to get to the shitty quarterback play, and the running games haven't proved anything this year. So I think the Niners will be more creative with their offense, and I think the Niners will come out on top, 13-10.
I like the pick, Daniel. I like the pick. All right. We have gone through all teams. So if you're still here, round of applause to you.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right. Let's give away some tickets.
Woo!
Our very first giveaway, guys. So,
What week is this? Week 7 of our podcast?
something like that. It's like our 7th ever podcast, but to everybody that has shown up so far, I just want to say thank you. You guys are awesome. You guys keep it going. I mean, the chat's been awesome today. New people, Liam, Monica, Mike, Tiffany, like everybody that's been joining. We've enjoyed having you guys there. Leanna, Jerry. I mean, it's been great. We'd love to have you guys over and over again in this chat. So what better way to give away Colts tickets than putting the tickets in a Colts helmet? Well, these are all everybody's names who retweeted everything. So you can kind of sprinkle those down on in here.
You want to explain what game and where? And
so this is for, well, everybody that's in this knows what it's for, but this is for the Colts Jaguars game in Indianapolis. I believe it's on October 16th. Yeah, that's definitely when that is. Whoever I draw out of this helmet, we will direct message on Twitter. Even if you're not watching right now, I'll direct message you. If nobody answers, I will redraw in the next stream. So if nobody answers me within a week, they have a week to get their tickets. I will redraw it in the next stream. But we need kind of like a drum roll or something like that, right? All right, here we go. I have the winner here. The winner of the Colts Jaguars ticket giveaway is... It's Monica. Oh! Monica, who's been in the chat, I think. Monica, you have won my tickets to this game. They are in section 420, row 11. They're on the end. They're great seats. So I will be messaging you here soon on Twitter. I will get your information and I will send off the tickets. But congratulations to Monica on the first giveaway.
Congratulations, Monica. We appreciate you.
Yeah, she deserves it. She's been in the chat all day. I mean,
yeah.
It's been great. Sorry, Daniel, Jeanette did not win. So
yeah. She did. We wouldn't have been able to go. I don't know why you put her in there.
It is Monica. Congrats, Monica. I'll send you these tickets here soon. Just be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. There she is. We're probably a little delayed, but be on the lookout. I'll be messaging you here after the show. But thanks for joining us here in the chat. You deserve it. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Yeah,
that
have
might
fun.
Be a really good game, honestly. From what we saw in the first game.
Hopefully the Colts score against the Jaguars this time. But that would be great. Tiffany, thank you for Tiffany says congrats guys, great show. Tiffany says congrats Monica. Andrew was desperate to win but will be in Dallas. Yeah, they'll be here, which is why I can't go. Monica, yay!
Yay!
Tiffany with the confetti. Thank you guys so much. I'm a teacher and need to go to bed now. LOL. Okay, thank you for joining us, Monica. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Tiffany. Congrats, Monica. Great show, boys. Thanks, Liam. Join us anytime. Every Tuesday, guys. Every Tuesday we are here 7:30 Central Time. I know it's a little late Eastern Time, so I'm sorry about that. But all of us have jobs too, and we kind of like mesh this together. Daniel and Tony are in El Paso, Texas. Steven and me are in Dallas, Texas. So I try and travel. We travel to a lot of games and everything, and I mean, I was at the Colts game this last weekend. We were at the Texans game 2 weeks ago, so we're trying to make this work. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, TikTok. I mean, Twitter is where Monica won these tickets, guys, so I'll be sending them to her real soon. Thank you, Liam. Liam says you got it, so we appreciate you too, buddy.
TikTok's where you can make fun of us for not knowing where London is.
Yeah, not knowing who's playing in London what week. So, I mean, yeah, we won't get that wrong again. But TikTok's where most of our content's posted. We have 2,000 followers on TikTok. I've had a video that's had 250,000 views already. So it's been pretty good. So we do our live shows on YouTube. We post on Twitter weekly. I mean, those are the 3 main social media outlets there. But I'll be sending these tickets off to Monica here pretty soon. Well, I got her on Twitter. You had to retweet it to be entered, so I have her Twitter handle, so we're good there. But you guys got anything else to add here?
The Twitter handle is on the ticker on the bottom. I think it's
it's kind of messed up right now. I mean, the little thing's not working, but it's Audible Sport Pod. AUDIBLE SPORTPOD. We were trying to make it Audible Sports Pod, but if we put the S, we had too many characters, so Twitter didn't let us do it.
Good old Twitter, baby.
Good old Twitter. But on TikTok, we were able to do it. So it's Audible Sports Pod on TikTok. So, but Tiffany's like, dang, I suck at texting.
yeah, it's okay.
Guys, we did a 3-hour show today.
Hell yeah.
3-hour show. We went from 2 hours to 2.5 hours. We're at 3 hours. Screw it. ESPN, put us on. Let's go.
The whole morning show and nothing's repeated.
We can do everything here, so give us a chance. We had bots in the chat today.
Yeah, hey, we're making it.
What kind of bots were those?
Some kind of sex bot.
Yeah.
Gross.
Sex bot.
It was xyz69.com.
They saw the chat blowing up and they were like, we're going to jump in this bitch. But you guys got anything else to add here?
I just want to say a super, super big thank you for you guys on TikTok. And I mean, in the chat too today, you guys that have been here, we've averaged our highest view count today in any of our streams. We appreciate it. I think this is our best stream yet. And we're only getting better. We're getting more productive with it. And we love putting content out for you guys. I've been doing streaming for a really long time, and I found more success in this show than in like 7 weeks than I have in 3 years with my other streams. So I really appreciate and love you guys in the stream. Casey, Steven, Tony. It's awesome to do this every week. So.
Daniel's been a big component in putting all this together. This probably couldn't have been done without Daniel, because Daniel knew all the ins and outs of the stream. I just bought the overlays and all this other stuff, and Daniel taught me how to do everything. He taught me how to edit. Tony and Steven, great additions to the team. I mean, I think we all mesh well together, and we all talk shit about our teams, but you know, I think we know what we're talking about when it comes down to everything. So.
Just here for the ride.
Yeah, just here for the ride.
I'm serious, so we don't get fined.
But if nobody else has anything else to add, Monica, we will message you in a second. Also on TikTok, I have on location videos of every stadium I've been to so far, and those are really good videos. So if you guys want to check those out, really good. The last one was at the Colts game. I was on the field. Don't ask how I got on the field, but I did. Pretty cool. Got to do the flag pregame, the American flag. Travis Kelce walked right by me. That's in the TikTok, so pretty cool. But Tiff says Daniel's got good jeans.
Hell yeah.
What kind of jeans are you wearing?
Oh my.
Levi's, Wranglers. Yeah, look at that butt.
Damn.
America's ass.
Woo! All
Hell
right.
yeah.
Well, if no one else has anything else to add, my name's Casey. For Daniel,
Everybody
Tony,
wait.
Steven.
Smile away, boys.
This is the Audible Sports Podcast, and we will see you guys in the next stream. Thank you all so much.
Bye.